Hey, everybody. Welcome. Monday night here on Blathering Backstage. I'm producer Steve. Hopefully, everyone out there can hear me and this is all working. We don't get a whole lot of prep time here, but thank you, everyone who is checking in on a Monday evening on the Backstage here. Late night, 9:30 is late for us here on the Blathering Backstage. But we got Jared checking in. We got Tully checking in. We got Kingsport Cal. We're going to have fun tonight, boys and girls and everyone else. Cinder's here. Osvetnik is here. JMB is here. Oh man, Cal says we can hear me, so we're off to a good start. No one's saying I'm talking to myself, so that's also a good start. We're going to take your calls this evening. We're going to spin the wheel this evening. I'm going to move my mic, and now I want to mute myself again. We're going to spin the wheel. We got a game show that I kind of sort of prepared. I mean, you are, but we hear you. Okay, good. Thank you for that, Jared. This is what we're here for. This is what the Backstage is for, everybody. We're feeling things out. We're kind of moving and grooving, making sure everything works. But no, we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna filling in since Ken didn't have a show this evening. But yeah, we'll get to your calls. We'll get to spinning the wheel. I got this game show kind of idea that I've put together that we're gonna use the Backstage as a testing ground here and see if it'll ever be ready for the big time. But it's gonna rely on your calls. It's gonna rely on folks in the chat to chime in and play along essentially. So it's like a really do-it-yourself version of like kind of like Family Feud, but not really. And we can't get sued or anything, so it's definitely not Family Feud. But it's all right. Well, it's inspired. We'll have some fun tonight. Cal, I'm drinking beer as always. Typically a Devil's Backbone Vienna Lager. We don't do any promotions or anything around here, but you asked a question and I'm answering it honestly, and that is what I'm drinking. I used to drink a lot of Yingling, and then I learned that the Yingling family is like huge Trump supporters, so I decided I'm going to find something that tastes sort of like it, but doesn't do that, and so that's what I found. So that's what we're going with. Yeah, no, Jared's not wrong. I asked the internet for its opinion. This should be fun. That's how it always goes. I wish it was as good as Bible Bonkers, and yes, totally, this is group project day. That's a good way to put it. So yes, so we're going to do that. We're going to get to a few things today. I want to hear from, Yingling is good, Cal. I know, but my morals, I like to think my morals are stronger. So, but that's okay. But I don't judge anyone who enjoys the beverage of their choice. It was just one of those things where it's like, here's a very small sacrifice I can make to make my voice not really heard, but my dollar in my wallet. So I'll drink someone else's beer. So that's how it is. Anyway, the burps have started. We're only 6 minutes in. No, we're gonna have a good time. We'll get some calls in. So I'm going to post the link in here. I've only ever put it in the Discord. I'm like, oh man, I hope people can call in. There's the link. We've got it both. Oh, here's another little piece of advice for everyone out there that I just realized. Yes, we're on YouTube, but we're also on Twitch today too for the first time. I've gone ahead and put this live on the producer Steve _ Twitch channel with Ken's blessing, just to cast a nice wide net, get as many folks as we can in there. So please, if you're out there watching on Twitch, thank you so much. Give us a comment and let us know what you're doing. You play the game. You can still call into StreamYard. It all works the same. So we would love to. Do people still Twitch? Yeah, Jared. People still do the Twitch. I love watching Twitch. I'm a huge gamer, so I'm a nerd like that. But so I chose the Devil's Beer. Is that better? It is. It isn't. No, you said don't answer. It is better. It is better, Cal. I am going to answer that, and it is better. That's the dangers of just reading the chat and not reading the whole thing out like to yourself before you read it out loud. Because especially with Cal, you just don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, we're gonna have a good time. Usually on the show, especially on a Monday, Ken would go over the news and all that kind of stuff. I didn't see what the hell happened today. I was busy. It was a busy work day. I took tomorrow off, so it was kind of a weird Friday-ish for me. But no, busy day today. Didn't really get to see. We're also here, so nothing too bad has happened. That's good. World continues to burn. It's not too surprising, but we're all thankfully still here. Most of us at least, and that's good. So if there's anything pertinent that you guys want to call in about, please let me know. If there's anything that we need to talk about, the news of the day, please let me know. We don't want to get too heavy, especially on the Backstage. We don't want to get too heavy. But yeah, you were off and you slept today, Cal. Good for you, man. I hope you enjoyed it. So if there's anything pressing that you want to get off your chest, please, this is your forum. This is your open opportunity. Come hang out. I'm going to post the call-in link on YouTube real quick as a pinned chat, because for whatever reason, I haven't figured out how to do that in StreamYard. Like if I'm in StreamYard and I have my thing there, I always just go like back to YouTube and do it. So we're just gonna do that really quick. But we've got Jared on the line soon. We're gonna take Jared's call here in a little bit, see what he's up to. Maybe Jared will want to spin the wheel, and if we get enough folks in here today, we'll try the game. But if not, that's okay. We will keep on keeping on, and I'm gonna find this damn thing. Here it is. No, just go to the video, Steve. Just go to the video. But yeah, we'll get the call-in link. I'm just gonna post it here again while I get all that squared up. But yeah, so we'll talk to Jared here a little bit. We'll do the wheel. If there's anything you guys want to call in about, please let me know. Put it in the comments. You are welcome. It is an open forum. No need to be a channel member or anything like that on the Backstage. But I'm already in babble mode because I got doing something that I didn't already prepare for. So we should just get right past it. But Jared's going to come in. Jared's going to save us. He's going to let us know what's going on. Maybe he'll want to spin the wheel, let us know what his weekend was like. I wasn't here for Saturday, so I didn't check the stream live on Saturday, but I heard you guys had a good time. I did check out the video afterwards, so there was some good stuff there, some funny stuff, especially the Irish goodbye seemed to be the theme of the evening, so that was good. That was a good time. I tweeted out the episode. I put it out on Blue Sky a few minutes ago, Cal. So thank you for that. But Jared, if you're ready, I'm gonna bring you on. Jared's like even got a sweater today. So are you good with the camera, Jared? Or are you gonna make me do the whole camera? Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna get all set up here. There is Jared. Hello, sir. Welcome. How are you? How was your weekend? What is going on today?
Hello, Steve. Yes, I have no modesty. I'm always camera ready.
Attaboy.
Modesty. Yeah.
We love to hear it.
I'm not too bad. Weekend was fine. Had band practice Saturday. Didn't do much Sunday.
Okay. It's fair enough.
It was just one of those weekends. It was hot. It was muggy. Just my shoulders.
It was muggy here too. It was muggy and stormy. It wasn't great, but yeah, we're not gonna get too hung up on the weather. But okay, so you had band practice. Tell me about band practice. You said your next show is in June. Is that right? Or I think I caught that on your show with Ken.
Yeah, the 7th.
The 7th. Okay, excellent. Very cool. So that's coming. Man, it's crazy. It's the 19th. Holy shit! I keep thinking that's like so far away, but that's in like 2 or 3 weeks. Holy shit. Okay.
Well, that's awesome. They always come up quick. Yeah. No, it's
right?
lots of fun. Awesome. Oh God. So, fun practice story. So I am not much of a drinker anymore. I used to be. I still very much enjoy it. Like I'm a manager of a whiskey department and everything.
Yeah.
There. Is that better, people?
Easy now. Not for free, Jared. Nothing for free.
But I haven't really drank in almost 10 years.
Okay.
So our practice space is right next to a very nice, it's a restaurant, but it's known for it's got about 300 whiskeys on the wall for serving. So I was like, I'll have one tonight. And I ordered a cask strength Elijah Craig bourbon that was clocking in at 134.2 proof.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
Yeah,
that treated you real well. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Oh, yeah. So then when we got going, they, not too long after, they made a beer run before we really got started. And, of course, I'm already feeling froggy. So I was like, grab me Evan Williams nip. So, yeah, that was a fun practice. Had my just.
This was all before practice? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was. Oh, Jared.
Oh, the boy.
So,
the other boys are all professional drinkers. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I am just not a drinker. So one drink that was worth 12, then the other one on top of it while I was trying to stand and play. I usually do a lot. Screaming and some background stuff. I just kind of put the mic over there. I was like, yeah, no, you're lucky you're getting the strums right now.
I've heard of bands being able to play on other substances, and I know, of course, rock and roll, everyone's drinking and stuff, but I can't imagine actually being able to function and do something as skilled as being able to like play an instrument while just totally shot in the ass. I don't understand how you do that. I don't understand it at all.
Muscle memory. It turns into
That's
muscle
fair.
memory
I
at
guess.
that
I
point.
guess
It's
that
like
makes sense.
it's like you producing after 4 beers. You still make the show run.
Yeah, no, that's just because I just can keep. I have this weird ability to just continue to keep talking, even if I start repeating myself every 30 seconds and everything.
Okay.
Because when you were, I was a classically trained journalist, Jared, back in the day, and if anyone who's ever done any radio back on the real FM or AM radio, there are rules that if you have too much dead air for too long, you can get in a lot of trouble, and a whole bunch of alarms and beeps and a bunch of shit starts going off in the studio behind you. I didn't want any of that smoke, Jared, so I made sure that I was always talking, always playing, some Scott Eastwood soft jazz. That's why you get the smooth royalty free jazz around here, because that's what that was like my jam back in the day, because I ran an hour-long jazz show. I didn't get to pick what kind of music. It was just had to be jazz. So
you know what though? That's not the worst thing to be forced to play all night.
Could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse.
Right?
It could be worse. So
no,
anyway,
like, yeah. So that was an experience. That
I
was
bet.
fun.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm usually one for just, as the kids like to say, the Benjamin. Is it? That's
that's it. That's an Alden Diaz exclusive, as far as I'm aware. That was the first time I heard that one. I credited that one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. So no, that's good. I'm just checking in with we got Brady checking in here. Junk clarinet is pretty fun. Brady, we're gonna have to get you to call in and let us know about how. So Brady was here Friday. We had a blathering backstage on Friday. That went for 3 hours. We're not going to go for 3 hours tonight, folks. I can tell you that right now. It's also a Monday night, so school night. We gotta keep it clean. But we are going to get a report, hopefully, from Brady on what his party was like, and what his clarinet playing was like. It's Brady is like imagine like a cheery version of Squidward just showing up to your bash, and he's here to bring the party. That's what I imagined was going on, though. But no, I'm glad for everyone who's tuning in, though. Thank you for everyone who's chiming in. We will spin the wheel here in a little while if Jared wants. Thank you for joining us here on a Monday evening for Blathering Backstage. This is the highlight channel for Ken's The Blathering, and we do shorts and clips on the channel, so please subscribe to that, especially if you can't catch the marathon that is the show, the live shows. I know it's hard to sit down for 1, 2, 3 hours at a time, so the clips are great little fun to interact with, and some of the highlights.
We love our 3 hours.
Oh, thank you for that, Jared. But we but the great thing about the clip channel is it gives us this little playground to do the fun things on the live stream with a humble fireside crowd here, so we can try some stuff out, have some fun, do little experiments, and it's all good. And so we've got Addie waiting on deck. She is in the batter's circle.
Bring her up with her comment. That is the greatest napatizer.
Let's see what we got here. Just woke up from my napatizer, spinning some ice cream right now. Okay, so
I love that. Napatizer.
2 things.
I'm gonna start using that.
Okay, so now I'm a little confused. What is a napatizer? Is it before you take the nap, or is it what you eat when you get up after the nap? What end is that?
I mean, I was assuming that it was the pre enjoyment or activity nap. You're about to have the activity of the podcast.
Oh, the nap is the app. Oh, I'm an idiot. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that's why I produce things and don't really host and talk like too much. I just kind of come up with silly ideas in the background because
when I was in film. When I was in film school, I was a director behind the camera and cinematographer.
Well, Spencer says nap before bedtime. Oh, I see. Well, that's the thing. That's why it all makes more sense now. You take the nap, so it's like you're napping before you kind of get ready. Yeah, when you fall asleep on the couch before. Yeah, it's when you fall asleep on the couch before bed. Yeah, good one. But I think that makes a lot of sense. I was gonna say I could use napatizer for a few other things. Like, I mean, that could be, the thing I'm gonna do before I take my nap. You know what I mean? Like the last 7-8 holes of a golf tournament on a Sunday or a Saturday afternoon on the couch. That's an appetizer, right? I'm watching 30 minutes to an hour if I can make it a golf, and you fall asleep just to that like real subtle sound of like the of like the blade, like the blades of the golf clubs hitting the grass, and then the ball like bouncing on oh man, on the green. It's such a
I
nice
have
little ASMR experience.
I have a fun little unpopular golf opinion. Other
Oh, please.
other than other than the usual stuff, I still play it even though it's an awful, racist, useless sport. But anyway, unless you are a professional, you don't need a driver. Use a 3-iron. I tee off with a 3-iron, and I go farther than drivers and
That
straighter.
is a popular opinion because a 3-iron is a hard club to hit. That's not. I mean, the idea of why everyone wants to hit a driver so much is because it's a big ass club, big ass face head, and theoretically you can't miss as much, even though you really easily can. But man, hitting a 3-iron, that's hard. That's a heavy, straight club.
I love it.
Oh,
my favorite club's my 5-iron.
Yeah, no, same. Actually, I'm with you on that one. The 5-iron is my favorite club in my bag too, just because that's the thing I have the most confidence of. Like, okay, I know I'm going to hit this far, hopefully at this angle, as consistently as anything in the bag.
How far are you hitting that 5?
If on a good day, I'm hitting it 170. On most days, I'm depending on what's going on, it's more like a 150 to 160. I'm not a good golfer. I am a. If I break 100 on the day, I'm like, yeah, nailed it. That's the goal. So I don't play enough to get better is the problem, Jared.
Yeah. Oh, same. I play like once a year with my father, and it's one of those I can get to the green quick, but then once I'm on the green, all right, putt number 5.
Yeah, see, it's one of the two. It's either getting there or on the green that kills you, right? Because if you suck at both, you're going to be smart enough to just stop playing. But golf is funny in that it's going to, like, everyone is somewhat, at least not good, but like at least enjoyably like enough can hang to either be able to hit the ball like the further distances, like with the big sticks, and like have fun with it, that side of it, and then suck on the green or suck around the green, or it's the total opposite way around. Like they totally kill it at putt and they're really good at that. So they can 2-putt surprisingly well, but they totally suck from tee to green. So that's how golf gets you. And then everyone always hits a great shot on 18. That's a given because that's how they get you back.
You know, you just made me think. You know what I'll compare golf to like that from? It's like people who play those bloody scratch tickets and the lottery and stuff like that. They all got a story about how they hit like that $10,000 or $5,000 one time, but they don't tell you about the hundreds of dollars that they spend a day. Because my liquor store does, and I've just been in liquor stores and convenience stores forever. I've seen lottery for a long time. It's a disease, that scratch off game. Like hundreds of dollars people spend a day.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Yep. I've never been a big lottery guy. It's one of those things. I'm not going to just throw the few like bucks away, but
it just you'll win enough just to keep you going.
Right. Well, right. Like just like golf, and just like Jerry says, for future reference, if they ask you to suck on the green, just say no. I mean, context is everything, Jerry. Context is everything, and don't do anything for free. But no, I think you make an interesting point there, Jared. You're the first person I've ever heard who says ditch the driver, give me the 3-iron. That's a crazy take. But I respect it. So that means you hit the ball far. So how far are you hitting this 3-iron? Because you have to be hitting the shit out of it if you're taking it over a driver.
250 to 275.
That's impressive. Holy shit. Okay.
I hit my 5 too.
That's okay. Well, that's really so you're just really strong. That's the lesson to be learned here. That's far, dude. If you're hitting a 3-iron 275 yards, you're killing the freaking ball. So that's impressive.
Like I said, I'll get to the green. It's long, it's straight, giggity. But
damn it, I don't have my soundboard set up today. Yeah. We're working on it. These are the kinds of places where like I'll get my soundboard set up and then I'll actually be able to like test it here. And we can like see how good it works. That way I don't have to do it on Ken's show,
That's okay. We love being your guinea pigs.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna post the link here in the chat just one more time. I think it's pinned, but for anyone, in case there's anyone out there watching on the Twitch universe, I'm putting it in there again that would like to join and call in. If you'd like, call in, spin the wheel. I'm gonna kind of just go around the horn of the folks we have called in here, Jared. So in a moment, I'm gonna bring on Addie. If you'd like to hang out and just chill,
Yeah.
you're welcome to hang out in the green room. We'll bring you guys back for like some group discussion or whatever in a little bit. But we'll check in on Addie, see how Addie's doing. And then, if you guys are still hanging, we'll do a group wheel.
Oh, don't
spin,
worry.
something like
We'll
that.
make sure you stay up for another 3 hours.
We're not doing 3 hours today. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Tomorrow. Okay. I'm not trying to be that guy. And I didn't even really like advertise it that much because I just don't know how to say it, but tomorrow is my birthday. So, I am going to take this little bit. Thank you, sir. I'm going to take this little bit of agency and say I'm probably not going to go 3 hours. But hey, we technically went 2:56 on Friday. So to be fair, we had a few minutes of like bullshit. So
is that the over under the 256?
That's a good line. All right, 256. That's the line. All right, Jared, I like the cut of your jib. That's what we're going with. The line is 256 on over onward. Man, folks, hammer the under. I'm telling you, hammer that under. We'll see. I mean, if we get going on the wheel and shit gets popping, and we get like 30 people in here, and we're ready to play game shows, then we might be in here forever. But I think there's going to need a critical mass for that to work. Because here. So, well, we'll talk about the game show idea when we do the group call. I'm going to bring on Addie. I'm going to let her tell us about her weekend, what she wants to talk about. Give her the floor for a moment because the backstage is a soapbox. That's part of what it's about. But Addie made a good point. It is a half hour shorter than the first one. She's absolutely right. So we're getting close. And to be fair, on that first one, it was the very first one. We had Alden. We had so many like amazing callers. We had like so many people come in, and we just made it like a giant party half the time. So, the premiere is always going to be a little long. But Jared, we will see you very soon. We'll see you very, very soon. I'm going to go back to Addie here in just a moment. But if you are just joining us or if you're listening on later, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're here live, thank you. Please chime in, call in, get in here, get in the call queue. I'd love to hear from you. Want to hear what you got to say, what questions you have. If you want to spin the wheel, this is Blathering Backstage. This is where we hang out when Ken isn't around. Just kidding. No, this is the clip channel that producer Steve used to go live on when I can really. And so no show for Ken today on the Blathering on Ken's main channel. So I thought it would be fun little backstage stream to fill that empty void in our hearts and our souls, not being able to hang out together with Ken. So, but if you're somehow here, if you stumbled into this stream, if you're here and you aren't subscribed to Ken, you aren't a channel member for Ken, you aren't a Patreon member for Ken, or for Alden, or for our guys at Bombad, or Laserbolt, or anyone who's in the chat here who has a channel, because we support everyone who. That's what I love about this place is people who want to make stuff. We talk about your stuff. We talk about how we can support each other. So show the love, spread the love, show the love. That's what we're all about here. So without further ado, Addie, if you're ready, I can see you munching down on some of that ice cream you talked about. Would you like your ice cream on camera? Yes or no? Because if you do want your ice cream on camera, fantastic. That is the attitude we want. So with that, everyone, please welcome, not Jared. See you later, Jared. Welcome, the professor, Dr. Addie. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for joining me for so long on Friday. You were a fantastic co-pilot. I hope you guys had fun on Saturday. How are you?
I made this ice cream from scratch. Of course I want it on camera.
That's fair. That's totally fair. God damn it. I'm sorry, Jared. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. So tell me what you've got there. Is it strawberry and what do you got?
It's strawberry.
It's just strawberry.
It's just I thought about putting something else in it, but then I woke up late from my appetizer and decided not to.
Okay, so run me through your ice. So you said you spun that ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said? What does that mean? I'm a moron.
Okay.
Explain that to me.
So I own this thing called a Ninja Creamy.
So, Addie, we didn't mark this like not safe for work or anything. Just for the record, what is it? So is that like a food processor?
It's an appliance of some sort that I got
Not
sold
helping.
on Black Friday.
Not helping.
Um,
Does it
and
make anything other than ice cream?
smoothie bowls.
Okay, fair enough. All right, continue. Sorry,
So
I'm
not
derailing
really.
you. No, but okay. So explain how this works.
So you essentially have to you essentially have to make your base, freeze it for 24 hours, and then you put it.
Okay, continue. I'm just reacting, please. I have thoughts. Go ahead.
Then you put it in the machine, and this blade comes down. It's like flat, and it spins, and it like churns it into
Okay.
ice cream. So like yesterday, this was just fruit and cream that I like put in a blender, and then I froze it for 24 hours, and then it churned just now. So that's what I called the spinning.
Okay, my
But you
biggest
can
issue.
I could have mixed like candy into it.
So, okay, yeah, right. But okay, the biggest, as soon as you said I had to plan this out 24 hours in advance, that's where you lost me. Like if I want ice cream, I'm gonna want to go into my freezer and go get some ice cream. I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna really want ice cream tomorrow. So let me
Well, but
prepare for this. I don't have that kind of
now I
self
have
control.
okay. What happens when you want ice cream and there's none in your freezer? You go to the store, right?
No, I just wait until the next time I go to the store. Like
Exactly.
I'm not that impulsive, but yeah.
So I made ice cream base yesterday, and now when I want it, I put it in the creamy and I have ice cream.
Okay. That's understandable. That's thinking ahead more than I would have. You're 2 steps ahead of me. This is why you're a doctor, and I'm just a simple unpaid producer. So I that's fair. So okay, so you have strawberry in there. This is your homemade ice cream. How much does your Ninja Creamy make? Is this going to be like? Is this going to be? Is it mean because that doesn't? Addie. I'm going to be honest. That doesn't look like a. That doesn't look like a bowl or like a thing from your kitchen. Like that looks like you just took the container off of the Ninja and just took a spoon and started going to town.
It's exactly what's happening right now.
Okay, so the anticipation is not that this makes like several servings of ice cream. This makes
it does. So I have no. I have 2 of these containers in my freezer right now. This one was the less full of the 2.
Okay.
And so I'm starting with this one.
Fair. That's fair. Okay.
But I mean,
that's handy though that you can like make it in the thing and then you can just store it right in the thing you make it in. Don't have to like do
it has a lid that goes on it.
Wow.
It's like having a I think this is a quart. I think it's like having a pint of ice cream. Like you're just eating it straight out of the I live alone. I eat a lot of things straight out of the container.
That's
fair. I shouldn't advertise that I live alone on the internet.
That's fair. No, that's okay.
That's how creeps find you.
No one knows. No one even knows that if we're real or not. So don't worry about it. Yeah, no. JMB gets it. Spoken like a busy parent. I can't think 13 minutes ahead, let alone 24 hours. So, but I bet it's delicious. So, are you okay?
To be fair, I've owned this appliance for 12 months, and this is only the second time I've used it because every time I want ice cream, I have to think about the fact that I have to make it ahead of time.
So that's why you want to show it off so bad. That makes so much sense. So that makes perfect sense. So if I'd only that's like the amount of times I've used my pressure cooker. Like I make like an effort to like talk about it with my wife for a day or like whoever we're talking about like dinner and stuff with. Like, oh no, I actually got like a good use out of it. We did this, that, and the other thing just to make myself feel better about that purchase that I made that I definitely haven't got my money's worth out of.
I'm also not an ice cream in the winter person. Like it's too cold.
Yeah, that's fair.
Makes my hand cold. Like my hand's
also,
cold just holding this.
Is I imagine the upkeep on that's probably not like the easiest thing to like clean, reuse, get going again, or is it actually easy? Is it easy to like keep using?
It's actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. Not to turn this into a Ninja Creamy infomercial.
Well, no, that just makes me pissed off at McDonald's even more. But go ahead.
This container sits in another container that the lid goes down on. All I had to do was wash the lid and the blade just now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's lame because that's the whole thing. Whenever they tell you, oh yeah, no, the shake machine doesn't work because the whole it's a pain in the ass to clean, I guess, and it breaks all the time. They just need to get Ninja Creamers over there in McDonald's. Just get a lot
They
of them.
apparently
Just get a lot of
apparently
them.
make one now that has a soft serve machine attached to it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's like the thing that you see at the Wawa where you just get like the little cup and it has the foil on top and you stick it in it's like the little self-serve Coke machines and then boom, you have yourself a milkshake. Those things are delicious actually. It's too bad they cost like $12, but anyway. So is there anything we know we don't do 60 seconds of science here, Addie, on the Blathering Backstage. That's for the big show. But is there anything, do you have any like fun science anecdotes or fun science facts or anything that's science related? Did science impact your life in any way this weekend that was interesting?
Today I managed to break the major instrument that I use every day without trying.
Okay, I saw you talk about this on Blue Sky. Yeah, you mentioned this is like the first day of the summer research period, whatever it is, and you broke a major piece of it, like a major instrument. So tell us what it is. Tell us how much it's worth, how much trouble you got in, and what you're gonna do now. I hope I didn't just give you a bunch of anxiety. I'm sorry if I did.
Currently I'm only in trouble with myself because I'm the only person who uses it.
Good. Okay. That's good.
This instrument costs $80,000.
And are we talking total loss? Like, is this all
No.
80? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, whew, okay. 80. Goodness, great. I just got like worried for you, and I'm just a dude on the internet. So wow, that's rough. Okay, so tell me what did you do? What the hell happened?
Okay. First of all, there is a major design flaw in this instrument.
Okay.
That I'm blaming this on.
Oh, hold on. Just before we go down this path any further, we're not going to get sued, are we, Addie? I don't have the money for a lawyer. I have a kid on the way. I can't.
No, they already think I think this thing is a piece of shit. So
okay, good. Good.
There is a line in this thing that goes to part of the instrument that is constantly under vacuum. Okay.
Oh, hold on. One more time.
There's a line.
Hey, Addie, hold on. I have an idea. Do you want to here? This is what this is for, Addie. Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh, are we gonna do some experimenting?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up a screen with.
Can I draw on it? Because
I'm gonna draw what you tell me, and we're gonna see how close I get. So this is where this is gonna test both my drawing.
It's much better with visual aids.
Yeah, we're about to find out. We're about to find out if that's true. So I'm gonna pull up Canva.
I was about to say, is paint even still a thing?
I don't look, man. Those are not. Yes, but it's not. It's not what it used to be. Is the kind of the best way to put it. All right.
I'm an Apple person now, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, okay. Like for your computer and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are you iPhone too?
Mm-hmm.
So I have an iPhone and an iPad, but I do PC for everything else.
I don't play video games on a computer, so
right. That's fair. That's fair. Well, this is the show to have that conversation, but I'm not that ADD. Hold on. Let's get our. I'm gonna draw a scientific instrument, Addie. Hold on.
I can't wait to narrate you the drawing of the scientific.
If I was really ready for this, I would have my iPad hooked up so I could actually use my pencil and this like almost be like cool looking, but instead it's gonna be super, super, super sketch with the mouse. But we're gonna have fun. Okay. Can I is this my tool? Boom, 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 bingo. Okay. All right. I'm gonna share my screen here. I'm gonna edit it a little bit just for safety's sake because we're doing this on the fly. Wee. And then we're gonna throw. Can I throw a little camera on there? Action. Oh yeah, there's a little producer Steve in the bottom. All right, excellent. Nope, that's because we're in the 2-shot. All right, that's okay. All right, Addie, here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
All right. You can see my thing. Okay, perfect. All right. What do we got? Tell me
Okay,
what the hell you broke.
Draw 2 rectangles next to each other.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I want you to near
Hold on. Okay.
near the upper right-hand corner of the left rectangle.
Jesus Christ.
This
Okay.
is
Yep.
the
Okay.
one.
Got it. Right. This guy right here. Yep.
Maybe a little further down.
Okay. All right. Come on.
There you go.
Okay. Yep.
Draw a line connecting the two.
Nailed it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Now, in that same left rectangle,
Uh-huh.
I want you look where that line starts, go over a little bit, and then draw a line going up out of the rectangle.
Hua.
Okay. This is the major design flaw of this instrument.
I can tell already, trust me.
So the left angle on the right.
So sorry. Yeah, sorry, please say that again. I'm sorry.
The left angle the left angle. The left angle.
No, I knew exactly what you meant though.
The rectangle on the right
Oh, nope, didn't then. Okay.
is constantly under vacuum.
Okay. And so I know what that means, but I don't know if Jared, who's still in the green room, knows what that means. So can you explain that?
It is there's no air. There's no air pressure.
Okay, so that kind of vacuum. So that kind of vacuum. Got it. Okay, so this rectangle on the right is a vacuum. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has to be a vacuum in order to function properly.
Okay. So what's sucking all the air out of it? Is it that little bar here in the middle?
No, there's a pump that we haven't drawn.
Okay, we're not worried about the pump. Okay, continue.
We're not worried about the pump. Okay.
Okay.
The left angle, as I'm now going to call it.
That's so confusing because it's on the right, but that's fine.
No. The left rectangle.
Okay, the left rectangle. Okay, we're on this. Okay, got it.
Is not under vacuum.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
And the line that connects those two has a nut that seals it so that the one on the right is under vacuum and the one under left is not.
Okay.
The injector for this whole operation, where things get injected onto it to be analyzed, is the chimney coming out the top.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, the nut where that screws in and the nut where the transfer line screws in are like this with each other.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like bad. Okay. Got it. So what did you do?
I was trying to screw the injection line back in and barely tapped the transfer line and it sheared off. Broke vacuum.
That's not good.
You were just ready with that. I love that.
Well,
so, because I'm talking this tube is like, it's like a fiberglass tube that's like, oh gosh, microns in diameter.
Okay, that's really small.
Yeah, like very thin.
Okay.
Very fragile. Just, I don't even think I touched it and it just sheared right off. Cinder, it's a GCMS. It's a gas chromatograph mass spectrometer.
Obviously.
They used a word. I'm assuming they're going to know what my words meant.
C
M
M
S.
Yeah, C, yeah. MS. GCMS. Got it. Nailed it. I mean,
so,
obviously.
Immediately, vacuum gets broken when it doesn't expect it to be broken. It starts having like a fit. I have to shut the whole thing down, remove the now broken piece of tube, stick a new tube into it, boot the whole thing back up. And now it can't decide if it's happy or not. When I left work tonight, it was not happy. There was a lot of water on it.
Well, that's not good. That's you.
No.
Not that I know, but that doesn't sound like that would be good. for something that
No.
has hoses and vacuums and things. Well,
Yeah, having water on something that's technically under vacuum is not good.
right. That's because if there's water, it's not a vacuum.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm really sometimes if you just let it sit overnight and pull vacuum for long enough, it gets better.
If I was clever, I would have a really good joke there. But I'm between trying to run the paltry little show we're running here and screens and looking at comments. I didn't have the juice in me there. I was too all of my comedic efforts were put into reacting to with the TNT thing, which was also a bad joke. So
That was amazing.
no, it's all right. But I respect what you do, Addie. I'm sorry that you broke an $80,000. You broke essentially a really cheap like Audi sports car. Essentially, that's like in the value of what we're talking about here. I think you could probably get out the door of a pretty nice Audi for 80 grand. Cal's shaking his head and like, no, all right, well, Cal, write that down. We're gonna have to talk about that. So are we paying for that? Whose dime is this on? Is the college paying for that? Which means the taxpayer is paying for that. Is it a private university? You don't have to dox yourself or anything, but like, let's be honest, Addie, am I footing the bill for this, or what's going down? Also, I'm gonna get rid of my little.
I was gonna say, bring that beautiful mug.
There's a lot going on.
I mean, I hopefully fixed it, so hopefully nobody's paying for it.
Oh, good. Okay, well, fingers crossed then.
We'll see what happens when I go in tomorrow. If there's still a million counts of water on it, we might have a problem.
Cinder has a great point. Sorry, Addie. I'm making a programming note here. Say it, draw it. And here's the thing. And again, don't let me forget this. We're going to talk about the game. We're probably not going to play it tonight, but we're at least going to talk about it. Again, if we get 5 more people, 10 more people in here, we'll totally play. But we might be able to squeeze by with what we have. But anyway, one of my ideas here was like a quick draw segment where if we could get people who could at least share their screen or even just hold up a piece, something to the camera. I wanted to like have someone draw a prompt that either the chat puts out or that we put out, and then we can kind of vote on what we think is the best. And one of my prompts here was like design Star Wars creatures working a normal job. For example, give me your best Jawa pit crew. Like show me like a bunch of little like Jawas like around a race car, changing a tire. Whoever could draw that best, you win. Something like that, right? That's the kind of silly shit we do around here. So anyway, we'll go over some more of the game stuff later. So you broke a piece of equipment here on a Monday. I heard you called in on Saturday. Again, there was no 60 seconds of science, but anything else exciting this weekend? I know we're kind of just chatting here, but that's what we do on the backstage.
Not really. To be perfectly honest, all of the science news I've seen in the past week has just been bleak about like how much funding places are losing under this ridiculous tax bill. And
sorry, I'm reaching into my very small mini fridge.
Hold on. Let me find one of the most depressing statistics on Blue Sky that I saw.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad.
Let's see.
There's the pooch cam.
Come on.
There we go.
So NSF's 1,400 grant terminations have disproportionately affected PIs from groups underrepresented in science, racial and ethnic minorities, and those with disabilities. Women are PIs on 58% of the canceled grants, although they are PIs on only 34% of all active grants. Blacks are PIs on 17% of terminated grants, although they only make up 4% of the total pool. Hispanic PIs and those with disabilities were twice as likely to lose a grant.
Yeah, but that's all free money, Addie. Like what do we? I'm obviously being sarcastic.
Yay!
But this is it's insane. It's insane. We're gonna see like I gotta take it off pooch cam. No, we're gonna see and I would be interested to hear what your opinion on this is, especially after a little bit of time when we've seen some more of the effects. But what we're gonna see like brain drain wise as far as how this happens and what's happening to the infrastructure of our scientific institutions in this country.
The brain drain is going to be catastrophic for like an entire generation. And then not only of people who are going to go to other countries, but people who are not going to pursue higher degrees just because of the barriers that are suddenly placed back in front of them, and or the loss of funding that's going to make it impossible for them to go to school. Like I have a student right now who this time last year, her plans were to go to grad school in a year, and now with the funding situation the way it is, she's not going to.
That's sad.
And
It's
so
really
that
sad.
like that's a mind lost.
That's it.
Because,
Well, that is the example right there.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what happens, folks. Well, hey,
And
we're
then
not going to get too heavy. Well, go ahead. No, go ahead. I say we're not going to get too heavy, but I want you to say your piece, please.
You also have the tornadoes that hit in Kentucky and whatnot this weekend. Kentucky is one of several regions in the U.S. that no longer has 24/7 National Weather Service coverage due to DOGE cuts. So the lives that were lost in Kentucky were potentially preventable losses, because if they had overnight monitoring, people would have gotten alarms. People could have sought better shelter.
Right.
And instead, people died.
Yep. Yeah, but the way that our media landscape has changed, prioritizing different stories, and I think it's crazy the way the news cycle moves so much, and that nothing matters anymore. It's just what's coming next, because those kinds of stories would years ago would have dominated the news as a giant thing. Also, I just feel like 8 years ago, no matter who you asked, they would have been like, no, why the hell would we take money away from the people who, need research for, I don't know, making sure we don't get killed by tornadoes and hurricanes. That's just, anyway, I don't want to get, Addie, I don't want to get too sad. It's my birthday tomorrow. I don't want to get too sad. Come on.
Just real quick, bring up Osvetnik's comment. I will address it, and then we're gonna spin the wheel.
No, okay. Well, okay. No, we're gonna spin the wheel when we get everyone in here. We're gonna because we'll do a group spin the wheel. But yeah, I appreciate your enthusiasm, Addie.
You cut Noah Osvetnik because they are spreading lies and propaganda about climate change, which is not real. It is a scientific hoax.
According to our federal government.
According to the federal government. And
I also know, I know what NOAA is, but just to make sure I was Svetnik, since he asked. Anyway, that's the National Oceanic. Oceanic. Atmospheric is something in there. Administration. I don't know. That sounds right. Damn it, I have
oceans and air. Oceans and air, man. It's oceans and air.
I get it. I have it right here. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. We nailed it on the first try.
We did. We
really did. We stumbled into it, but we nailed it on the first try. Kinsport Cal is correct. I will be 54 tomorrow. 54. Yeah, man, I'm actually 5 years older than Ken.
You need to be advertising your skincare routine.
I know, right? You know what it is? I drink milk. Well, no, the beard helps. No, I drink milk for dinner. On Sundays with my pasta that I have every Sunday, and I use sunscreen. Just take care of your skin. That's all it is.
I mean, that's how you have this beautiful face that looks like it's in its late 20s and is definitely not.
Oh no, even that I'll take that. You're too kind. The camera's doing some work for me there. No, but
this one, not yours.
Oh. Oh.
You have the ability to so this was always the jealousy I have with my male colleagues who are around my age. They can age themselves about 10 years by growing a beard.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have that luxury.
Right. That's fair. That's totally fair. Haircuts also do a lot, I think, for people's age. I think that can make a big difference, like what you do with your hair, or just like how you style your hair necessarily. I think that goes for men and women. But I think you're right with the beard. The beard is kind of a cheat code. It's not that I look childish with it. I mean, you guys have seen me without a beard. It's not that I look childish. I just look, I don't know, different. I'm not a huge fan. So Anyway, it's a weird mental thing. Growing a beard, imagine that. Brady, you'd look great with a beard. You would look great with it. Brady, Brady is our official. I don't know if, I mean, you'd have to ask Ken for giving correspondence on the Blathering, but as far as the Blathering backstage goes, I have the power to tell you all that Brady is our Secretary of Transportation here on the Blathering backstage, being an advocate for public transportation. We saw Brady take a bus through LA last week carrying a clarinet. It's just, that's everything I love about this show and this community and Brady specifically, and just he felt like it was important enough to call in on a Friday evening as he was on his way to a party to serenade people and check in with us. That was just amazing. So
He's also our resident young person, and we love him for that.
Brady keeps us young. Brady keeps us young by making us feel old. It's great.
I also
Secretary of Transportation and Youth. Absolutely. Sorry.
I appreciate that he lets us rag on him for his youngness.
Great sport. He's a great sport. No, Brady is the best. He knows how to take a joke, all that kind of stuff. No, we're big fans, big fans, and he's a huge basketball fan, so I love that. Me and Brady get to have our basketball chats in the Discord. So speaking of segue, if you are not somehow a Patreon or YouTube channel member for Ken and you want to get in on the Discord that I'm talking about, or that's really the Cool Kids Club, make sure you check out Ken's Patreon, where you can get the Discord link. Because it's popping. We're doing a lot of fun stuff in there. That's where we're organizing stuff like Backstage, kind of throwing ideas around, and where you can kind of get in on some of the ideas and some of the fun we're having. So check it out if you're listening and you haven't done so already. So thank you so much for that. So Addie, we're gonna spin the wheel here in a bit with you. It's popping, said Steve. Yeah, that's what the kids are saying, Cal. That's kind of that's what they tell me, right? I'm trying to anyway. We're gonna spin the wheel. We're going to we'll see how everyone's doing. We've got Cal here, we've got Brady here in the green room. So if you would like to call in, I think I have it still pinned on YouTube, but there's the link again. Please hang out with us, join in, come spin the wheel. It's lit. Is that still a thing, Brady? No, see, I don't go there. I won't go lit. See, I did like popping as like a, like what's up, hey fellow kids thing. I don't think I could even do lit like unironically and sound funny. So not that I did sound funny with popping, but you know what I mean. At least I had the confidence to make that joke. Anyway, we're gonna stop explaining ourselves. Addie, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you again for your time on Friday, being an amazing co-pilot. That was a little more structured even than what we had today. Today is just hey, Ken's not around. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna put a show on, get folks on the Backstage channel, get some subscribers on here so we can keep following the awesome stuff everyone's making. But I'm gonna check in with Cal and Brady here, and then we're gonna bring everyone back together for wheel time soon. But you're welcome to hang out and chill with us. But first, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that because Cal's gone. I saw Cal for a moment. I was like, "Hey, Cal, what's up?" And then I just see a pillow. Oh, there he is. What's up? Now he's back. He's waving me off. So Brady, I don't have a camera for you, but that's okay. But I'm going to add you here really quick and see if you're. Say, hey, Sean, what's up, buddy? And see if you can hear me. So here we go. Addie, I don't know what this is going to do to you, Addie. It's either going to kick you out or it's going to show a big face for Brady or something. We're going to find out. That's what we're here for. So Brady, you're live, man. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Is anyone out there?
Hello. I can hear you.
Hey, Brady, how are you? You are on Blathering Backstage with producer Steve, and Addie is with us as well, and still just hanging out. Addie, you're just going to hang unless you need to go or anything. I've just got you here hanging for a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to aim not to fall asleep. I'm being
that's okay.
honest.
No, you don't. You're not gonna. No, that's all good. You can't fall asleep before the wheel, and we're not going to go for 3 hours. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Brady, I need to know about this clarinet party.
Yeah. So before that, can I rant about Uber for a sec?
Oh, please do. Yeah, please go ahead and rant.
Okay, so the party was great. We lasted till like 2 a.m. I didn't even realize it was that late. So I was thinking, okay. I probably don't want to go on the night bus because it's every hour, and plus my I re-injured my foot, so I didn't want to walk.
Okay.
I was like, okay, Uber sounds reasonable, right? This is what Uber is for. And I got I got
Oh, sorry. My bad, Brady. Go ahead. Continue. I hit the wrong button. You're back.
okay.
You broke your
I'm good?
you broke your foot. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I had a flat tire, you know. So
Okay.
I got an Uber, right? Just go home, and okay, the Uber itself was $12. Okay, not too bad, right? Splitting with someone, so like $6, right? Oh, not too bad. I get home, I just go to sleep, I wake up, and I get charged $50.
What the hell did you do? Did you puke in the Uber? What happened?
No, so there's a new thing called a booking fee that they don't tell you about when you they don't advertise the prices. You get it afterward.
Okay.
And I'm guessing it's because it was 2 a.m. But the booking fee was $34.
So you got it's like a premium. It's like a premium charge for timing. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I got a 300% surcharge. I was like, oh man.
Because you used Uber when you're supposed to use Uber, which is at the middle of the night, so that people don't drive drunk. That's I don't blame you for it, man. Well, I hope you have something else to be pissed about in case you roll on bone to pick later on the wheel. But no, that's a good one, and I don't blame you at all, man. That sucks. So what about wait? So you said you split the Uber with someone. Did they also get a $34?
Yeah, so we ended up just splitting it like $28 plus, like, we tipped the driver.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we just had a conversation. We were complaining, and like, should we contact the county about this? Just like, yeah.
I mean, have good luck, but yeah, I think I'm with Cal on this one. Stick with the public transport.
The night bus. I'll deal with the guy shouting at the night bus. I have a story. I was at a 2 a.m. bus. There was a guy who was, I think he was having symptoms because he was having withdrawal symptoms. He was like jerking around.
Okay.
And there was another guy who was mad at him for obviously being on a substance, and he was just shouting at him. He was like, "What are you doing?" It was like shouting at him. And the rest of the bus were just trying to mind their own business. It's 2 a.m. and these just two guys were just fighting it out. And I was like, "Oh man, I just want to get off."
Those are the unfortunate downsides of public transportation in Los Angeles at 2 a.m. What are you going to do? I mean, that's but then again, that's not unique to Los Angeles. That's plenty of places deal with stuff like that. But that's nothing good ever happens after midnight is what they say. So especially on public transit probably. So, but hey, it's there, so we all get home safely. But Brady, so Uber rants aside, did you get all your frustrations out that you wanted to on Uber? Or do you feel better about that now? Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your party with your clarinet. How did that go? Like, what was your favorite song you played that night?
So I just did song requests, and I haven't played my clarinet in 5 years. I think I said that on Friday. But I just do it by ear. And I don't know, people of my age demo, they just want to hear Careless Whisper on the clarinet. I kept them playing that all night.
They want to hear what?
Careless Whisper.
Oh, okay, Careless Whisper. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Okay, and so you do a good Careless Whisper, do you?
I did okay, I guess. Yeah, they seemed impressed. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I was fighting. Sorry. I mean, that is famously sax, but you can pull that off with a clarinet, like very. You can get a good woodwind sound in there. So, I really thought he said they want to hear Taylor Swift on the clarinet. Addie, that's what I said at first. So with that, Addie, I'm going to bring you back here in just a moment here, so you can ask. I want you to ask Addie if Brady is able or capable of playing any Taylor Swift songs on the clarinet. Brady?
Brady.
Is there? Is you still there? Oh no,
Hello?
man.
Did you kick out Brady? There he is.
He's there. I had his mic muted by accident. Brady, can you play any Taylor Swift songs on the clarinet?
I could do it by ear, yeah.
That's impressive.
That's so.
Yeah.
I feel like you are underrating this talent, Brady, where you can hear a song and then play it on the clarinet.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible.
Like when you said that on Saturday and I brought it up, you just sort of played it off as like, well, no, that's not a normal thing that people can do.
Right.
You should be proud of yourself.
You should be
Oh.
very proud of yourself.
Oh,
You
that's
should be very
nice.
proud of yourself.
That's nice. Yeah, that's
So
true.
okay, so you got Careless Whisper. What were some other requests you got at the party?
So it was a birthday party, so of course I did happy birthday.
Okay.
There was also like they did like a blind karaoke thing. So
Blind karaoke. What is blind karaoke? I
Yeah,
know what blind karaoke is,
explain.
but I don't know if Addie knows what blind karaoke is. What's blind karaoke?
I'm beginning to learn that that's what you say when you have no idea what anyone's talking
Addie,
about.
stop
Steve.
explaining the joke. Brady, please.
So you hear the backing track, and you have to guess what the song is, and you sing the chorus, without the singer.
I don't
Okay.
know if I could do that
I
either.
couldn't. I can barely do
Yes.
regular
Oh,
karaoke, so I couldn't. I
yeah.
definitely couldn't do that.
I
Again,
think-
Brady's a man of many talents is what we're learning.
I think it would depend on the song. Like some backing tracks are very distinctive, and some are just like boom, 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 and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
20 songs. I couldn't tell you which one it is.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Jared says he has beef with one of Brady's points on this, so I have to bring Jared into this conversation, and this is gonna dovetail nicely because we're getting this group together here, and we'll talk to. We also have Cal, we have Osvetnik on the line, so we'll get to them here soon. But before he even spins the wheel, Jared has a bone to pick with Brady as far as this whole playing by ear thing or the clarinet thing. Jared, I'm gonna have you here. Go ahead and explain yourself. What is why do you? I'm gonna get rid of this little thing we have here with the banner. But what's the bone to pick you have with what's wrong? No, you're good. What is wrong? Why are you mad at Brady?
God damn you for underselling the Mr. I can do it by ear. I have been a musician since I was 5 years old playing shit. I cannot do it by ear. I can't even tune by ear. Like, and I play in front of people constantly. No, the hell with you, Brady, Mr. I can do it by ear. All right? The lead guitar player in my band can do that as well, and it's Anyway, how are you doing?
Jealous. He's jealous. He's jealous, Brady. That's what that is. Oh, so that's what it is. So it wasn't that he had. So it wasn't that he was like wrong or anything, or that like you said you had beef with Brady. It wasn't beef. You're just jealous. That's really what it is.
Hey, if I lie to myself, it'll be true, right?
Long enough, and if no one else ever knows what the truth is too, then yeah, I guess you can make the legal argument. That's the only information that's left to be the truth, right, Jared? But no, that's not fair.
What is truth these days, Steve?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Well, I want to address Jared's point. I think maybe it's because when I was in high school, I was around a lot of musical talent. And a couple guys, not just one, a couple of guys actually had perfect pitch. And so, I mean, that's even more impressive. I just can't hear like someone tapping the floor and just hearing like, oh, that's an E, Some people like that. I was like, oh damn.
I know people like that too. But I was in a similar vein though. The high school I went to is known as like a big music high school, to the point where we used to go to like Disney and compete and stuff, got invited to this shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And whatnot. So was around it, could just never do it. Had surgery on my ears when I was a baby. I blame that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you have some built-in. I don't want to call it an excuse, but yeah, go ahead.
But every person, every musician I ever meet who can do the magical, I can just kind of listen to it and play it. You're also fucking just thinking you're humble about it.
Oh, of course, absolutely, because it's the superpower. I mean, they're sitting here like concealing something. This is what separates them from normal human beings. They have these elevated sense of ears and everything. And this is that's why. It's like Brady's basically the Henry Cavill Superman, just having to hide his powers from everyone so that
Right.
they don't. Yeah, go ahead, Addie.
Can I propose an alternative?
Yeah,
it's possible that Brady does not think this is special because a number of people Brady knows can do it. The same way
he lives in a very musical special bubble. Yeah.
The same way that I have trouble thinking about my PhD as something special because most of my friends have PhD.
You humble brag. But yes, no, you're kind of right.
It's
so you hang
not
out with
impressive.
a bunch of doctors, Addie. That's what you're saying. You hang out with a bunch of doctors. So what is the dumbest conversation you guys had lately then?
Oh yes, please. What is a drunk PhD conversation like?
I wouldn't know. I've only ever been drunk twice in my life.
Well, okay. Well, when we do a behind the blather interview session on the different callers and stuff here on Backstage, we'll get to that story, Addie, if you're willing to share it. But I want to know, what is the dumbest conversation you and your doctor friends had recently? What are the dumb things really smart people talk about?
Oh. You have to understand, I haven't been at work in like a week and a half, so I'm trying to think about what
it doesn't be okay. Doesn't be too recently. Any good highlights though? Any thoughts where any conversations where you were sitting, you kind of had a moment of realization either in the moment or afterwards, we were like, oh wow, collectively there was probably 25 years of college experience and training there, and we were just talking about, how about our inability of ability to do anything, or how we're so sad we're just sitting around feeding squirrels, or just can't even what are you talking about?
I don't know that I will say I helped a colleague's daughter move a couple months ago. Okay. And both of her parents have PhDs, and she just got a bachelor's in engineering, and the four of us couldn't figure out how to get the couch in the apartment.
Fair. No, pivot. I was gonna go pivot. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
We spent like a half an hour trying to get it through the door.
Right. Well, so did you have to take the damn thing apart, or you just brute forced it?
We eventually got the angle just right.
Oh, it's always the angle. There's always one angle that's just.
It was one of those apartments. So the apartment is in a building that was not built to be an apartment building. It used to be a bank.
A bank.
Okay. So do you live in the vault?
No,
the vault is still there.
That's a thing.
Is your door just bars and or do you
not
have
my apartment? The apartment
does your
that this
pantry
girl
just
lives
have
in.
one of those giant deadlock things with the handles? You just throw it to spin it open and stuff. That's how I would do mine. I wouldn't want that on my pantry because you go in there too much. But continue.
But her apartment's on the second floor. There's no elevator, which no one told me when I agreed to help her move.
Okay.
And then, but getting the couch up the stairs was not the problem. Her front door is down 3 steps and then recessed.
Oh yeah, those aren't fun. Yeah, no, because now you're dealing with stupid angles, and the top of the door is not as high up. You don't have as much room as you should. Yeah,
the couch was taller than the door opening.
Yeah, you want to dig out the stairs basically because you don't have any room. Yeah,
and there was a railing around the stairs.
Yeah, that's a bad friend.
So we were just inches turning this thing, shimmy. It was. Yeah.
She should have prepared you for that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Thank you all. I appreciate you all for we've got Cal and we've got Nosvetnik here hanging out. I want to get to them and see what they have on their minds. But if you guys want to hang out, we can do some wheel spins here in a little while. Does that sound like a good plan?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to Cal. Do you want to go first or second? Cal, you were here first. Give me. You don't seem to care. So all right, Svetnik, I'm gonna go to you first. We're gonna have Cal go last. We're gonna have Cal back clean up here. So thank you, Addie. Thank you, Jared. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys.
It's a blathering tradition
very
for
soon.
Cal to go last.
Exactly. That's what I figured. I mean, I don't want to take that, but that's what we're going with. So, all right, we'll see you guys.
First, Cal always goes last.
Well, Jared, you're just always ready. You were more ready for the show today than I was. Trust me. So, it was a long day. So anyway, all right, we'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you so much. All right, so again, Mike squeaks, Steven. All right, thank you, everyone who's still hanging out here with us on a Monday evening. We are going to we have a few more callers here, and then we're going to bring the crew together to spin the wheel and have a little bit of fun before we end things. We're only at an hour 11, so we're definitely not going 3 hours, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But without further ado, we are going to bring on our next call to see what he's got going on for the day. And Cal, yeah, you're going to be a part of the group chat. Don't worry. Everyone's going to be a part of the group chat. Anyone who wants to be part of the group chat is going to be part of the group chat. That's what the Backstage is for. It's for us to hang out and play and experiment and draw. Have Addie tell me things, and I draw very $80,000 scientific experiments. It's kind of bullshit that something is $80,000 and is that important and expensive, and I could draw like an H or a walkie-talkie with a line next to it. And us be able to understand, oh yeah, this is a thing that does this, and oh yeah, we broke a valve and 80 grand later. So anyway, that's why Elon Musk is trying to take all you scientists' money. I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. Anyway, here we go. We're going to take on Osvetnik here. Osvetnik, do you want to go on just camera or I'm sorry, just microphone, or are you good? You're good either way. You're good either way. All right. Well, without further ado, here's our good friend. How's it going, my friend? What is going on? How was your weekend? What have you got for us this evening on Blathering Backstage?
Weekend was pretty good. We did a yard sale this weekend.
Dude, so did my neighbors. It was
the whole town.
Everybody. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the whole town was doing yard sales. So
okay. Please go ahead. Tell me your yard sale story.
Yeah, no, we made like $100. That's
nice.
about it. Sold a bunch of the kids' old clothes.
Yeah, you sold stuff you don't need or want anymore. It's $100 that you didn't have yesterday for stuff that you're not using. So hell yeah.
Exactly. But I did have a question though.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a question about Addie and the moving. Did she at least get paid in pizza afterwards?
Addie, did you get paid in pizza? Yeah, thumbs up or down?
Because if you did,
she got thumbs up. She got thumbs down. She did not get paid in pizza. She did not get paid in pizza.
Well, then that's not union rate. What's the problem?
That's not. I told you, bad friend. I tried to tell you. Bad friend. So
anyway, what were you asking about the yard sale?
No, I want to know. Okay, what was your single highest ticket item at the yard sale? I'm all about that dollar.
So over this last summer, my wife put together her sister's wedding, and we were selling off a bunch of the decorations and stuff.
Okay.
She got like 50-ish. Well, no, I guess it would have been less. It was about like 30 or so for some of the flower arrangements that she had put together.
Okay. So
who's doing the shopping? I'll tell you who's doing the shopping, Addie. Hardly anybody.
Oh no.
Even
if
you would think in this
yard sale at the same time.
Yeah. And you would think that in this economy, people would be looking for cheap deals. It's at a yard sale, but yeah, it was not hopping. It was not happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't popping as we said earlier. Well, okay.
No.
Well, you had your own yard sale. Did you peruse any other yard sales? Did you do any shopping on your own?
See, that's the problem. I think that was the problem, is that nobody was going around to anybody else's. I wasn't going to be spending any money. I was looking to make money.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So everyone. Well, that's not. You can't have the whole. The town needs to stagger their garage sales. This is bad for the local economy. Your mayor needs to get their shit together. Yeah.
Yeah. City council. Bring it up in the next meeting.
There you go. Well, did you have another question? Do you have another topic you wanted to bring up, or are you just here for a wheel spin?
I'm here for a wheel spin, my man.
Oh yeah, you are. All right. Well, I'm going to grab Cal here in just a moment and chat with Cal, and then we'll bring the crew back and we'll do some wheel spins. Does that sound good?
Perfect.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. And we will bring on Mr. Cal here in just a moment. But again, if you guys would like to join in and call and spin the wheel as well, you're more than welcome. That is the link to call in if you are out there. This is Blathering Backstage. I'm producer Steve. And we're hanging out here for a little while longer. We're gonna get the crew back in here. We'll do the wheel spin. We'll hang out. The wheel has like 8 or 9 topics on it today. So I think I took off some of the ones that we had last time. So they're not all repeats, but we'll have some fun. Ken will be back on Thursday for the Blathering on the main channel over on Ken's channel. And so you can catch all your clips and shorts and stuff from the show on this channel. And then this is where Producer Steve goes live when we want to do stuff like this, or on days where Ken is out, but I am not doing anything else because the baby's asleep upstairs. We come together and get the crew together. So because we love having this community and hanging out with each other and doing fun stuff. So without further ado, Cal's gonna miss Thursday. That's too bad. Sorry, buddy. Well, you can tell us all about it. Cal, I'm gonna bring you on here. Cal, do you want to be on camera? Do you want to come on? Do you want to see the people? Yeah, of course. That's the reaction we want. Without further ado, this is our friend Kingsport Cal. Cal, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Anyway, why is that the thing to be on camera? Why do we gotta be on camera?
You don't have to be. That's why I'm asking. I ask if you want to be on camera, and I say, would you like to be? And if you don't want to be, then you don't have to be. Just look at my mug the whole time.
Well,
it's all
that's
about
beautiful
choice.
Mug, Steve.
I appreciate it. That's nice.
Also, the clarinet. Well, I was in when I was younger. When I was in school, I was in marching band, concert band, and jazz band.
Okay.
And I played the trombone in I played trombone through all of them. But in jazz band, I played the trigger slide trombone, which is a you press a button and it evokes, it makes that trigger move, and it anyway, it's better for jazz. So you can do rag.
Hold on, Cal. Hold on. So we do what now? It's a trombone.
It's a trombone. If you know anything about the trombone, a trombone.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna pull up a trombone. All right, I'm gonna pull up a big picture of a trombone here. We're gonna scale it to the size of what we're seeing here. Okay, so now what is special about your trombone? Tell me what's special about your trombone, Cal.
None of this is necessary, by the way. But anyway, the trombone.
Necessary.
No, it's not. Okay, you see with a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Now, to the left angle of that is where that first stem is, that is near the barrel of the whatever that's called. There's a trigger there, and it evokes. You push that trigger, and it makes that slide move. That oval looking shape is a slide, and you have to manually do that when you play the trombone. But if you have a trigger slide trombone, there's a little, that is the slide, the arrow you just put, but up to the first stem. Anyway, that's a trigger there, and you hit that trigger, and it automatically moves it, ejects it for you, makes it easier for you to slide. So you can do things like rags, like in jazz, like rags, like rag slides and stuff like that.
I can't.
Anyway,
like that. That's nice.
It's like, but anyway. But yeah, it works. It's very effective.
One more time.
In the bed.
All right. Now, okay. All right. Easy now. All right. So is this? I have a question now, and don't judge me for this. Is this performance enhancing? Like, or do some trombonists look down on this? Is like you?
No.
Okay.
It's not looked down upon because it is used in jazz. Like that is its sole purpose.
Yeah,
is what was made, so you can do rags. It's hard for me to explain rags. I don't know if anybody knows what rags are, but it's like a drawn out note. It's like you hear it a lot in different types of music.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's pretty cool. I think Brady knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, I don't even know why I was bringing this up to say. I done forgot why, but I guess it's to say that, I was a band geek too. I played band. I was in band actually when I was in middle school. When I was in middle school, I was playing in the high school jazz band.
Okay.
And then when I got in high school is when I started doing marching band, but I always did concert band through all that. And I mean, no big deal. I mean, it's clarinet. Clarinet was more like a woman instrument to me, but that's okay. Brady, you do you. It's just kind of just more of a form of a saxophone in a way. It's still a woodwind instrument. But anyway, who cares about that stuff? I don't know even know why I brought this up.
Yeah, that's okay, Kat. We're not going to gender our instruments. You know, we're equal opportunity instrument enjoyers around here, as I know we all are, and I know as you are. But no, especially I noticed growing up, the flute and the woodwind sections were predominantly female. The
Yeah.
percussions and the brass were the
Oh,
boys
yeah.
like to bang on drums and shit. You know, what are you gonna do? No, but I know a lot of very talented, not only clarinet and saxophone players. I was in band too in high school. I didn't do marching band, but I was in concert band. I played the trumpet.
Trumpet.
Yeah, I was a
Trumpet. I
trumpet.
always wanted to play the trumpet because
Yeah.
trumpet is
3
very
buttons, baby, nice and easy.
it's very instrumental in jazz as well. The trumpet is very used, and they also have this thing I can't remember what it's called, but you put it into the I always call it the barrel, but the horn part. Anyway, it's like a cup. You put it into it, and it makes some more uh ragtime sounds. Yeah, like a bell or
Yeah,
some shit, or a mute, if you
yeah,
will. It
yeah.
makes it. Yeah, I love that stuff. That stuff is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, no, but we used a mute on the trumpets all the time. You move them in and out, but yeah.
But I'll tell
It was
you
an
what I
interesting
didn't
effect.
like.
Yeah.
I tell you, marching band, you saved yourself because marching band is
Oh,
terrible.
no,
It's
I
terrible.
got out for marching band. I wanted to go to football games
Trying,
like a regular student.
well, trying to do the formations and play at the same time is doable, but it's highly difficult to remember the steps and remember your music at the
Yep.
same time.
Yep.
It's extremely difficult.
Yep.
And it's actually a skill that I think a lot of
Absolutely.
people don't recognize how
Oh,
hard it is to do. I mean,
yeah.
you go back. Let's say you want to dive into some YouTube and look at some band performances, halftime shows,
Mhm.
local band,
Mhm.
just anybody. You know, it's
Yeah.
insanely intricate.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, even the stuff the high school kids are doing. Yeah, I did 1
love
week
it.
of band camp my freshman year of high school, and I was like, I'm good. I don't need, I'm good on this. So I did the whole like learned all the stuff and everything. But I was just no, I'm good. I don't I don't need this. But yeah, it's not easy. There's all the respect because yeah, you're right. You have to not only learn the music and play that right, but you have to learn all the steps. You have to learn the people's steps around you essentially, so you don't run into each other.
Mhm.
And hear other cues, and you have to know what the hell the drill instructor is doing by like knowing what the hell they're doing up there with waving their hands
Well,
around
yeah,
everywhere
yeah.
and blah 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 blah. So yeah.
Well, your drill instructor is basically your band director. Is telling
Right.
you it's telling you the music part. It's not
Right.
telling you the formation part.
Right. No, yeah, no, they're up there telling you kind of yeah, exactly. Right.
And
But
then
they're kind of
also,
keeping your head together while you're hearing all this other crazy shit around you. Right.
and also, you want to help. You want to make sure that you're kind of in time in a way. With this part of the drill instructor's job in a way, to keep it. You're in time with the flag corps, your
Right.
baton twirlers,
Yeah.
all that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah.
extremely difficult thing.
Oh yeah,
But
no, I
but
did see some funny accidents, yeah. You gotta be careful with those flag people, man. They throw those flags up in the air, and a gust of
yeah.
wind comes, and all of a sudden there's a
Oh
flag
yeah.
falling into the drums and
Yeah.
everything. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
And football season, you're marching no matter what.
Oh yeah,
Rain, sleet, snow,
oh yeah.
because they playing. So you
Yep,
march. You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep. Yeah, I missed not being able to do football games like a regular kid. So that's another notch in the.
But no, but
like,
also Jared is right. He says our band was cooler than the football team. Our band was I mean, yeah, our band was a little crazy. We were let's see, I was in high school from 96 to 2000. So
okay.
you could think of around that time, you know what I'm saying? We were a little rebellious. We were crazy. We wanted to do, like grunge shows
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like that.
oh
Or
yeah, oh
halftime
yeah.
shows. We always got turned down anyway. But
Oh,
it's some cool
I'm
stuff.
sorry. It
But
is
we
cool.
went to festivals. Like I think Brady said something about going to festivals. We went to Florida. We went to some competitions and we always lost, but we always had a good time. Everybody had a good time. Anyway, but those band being in the band was really cool for me. I liked it, and it was very I don't know. Well, when I was in school, a lot of people thought I would play sports. Obviously, well, not only because I'm black, but because I'm tall. I'm 6'3",
Okay.
and I can't play any sports at all.
No.
So yeah, I can't. I went and tried out for sports. So I remember in middle school, I tried out for sports. I was tried out for basketball, and I could not.
What was your go-to? Was there anything you were at least close on?
No, well, no. And that's why I brought up earlier about billiards, about pool. I'm a
Yeah.
very pool player. I've been
Okay.
playing pool since I was like 6. I
Okay.
have an older brother who played pool a lot, and when he used to take me and my other older brother, so basically my oldest brother took us out. And when I was 6, I was playing pool because I was able to reach over the table and I could
Uh-huh.
play.
Yeah,
And
right.
then when I got I didn't really get that much taller until I was like in my 20s. Well, I was a teenager. But when I got teenagers, when I got my length, so I could really play pool then because I could stretch across the table, I could make intricate shots, and pretty much pool is all about geometry. If you know geometry, if you know a little bit of arithmetic, pool's not that hard. There's other elements that go into it, but that is basically my sport. I disregard other sports because I cannot play them. Not dribble. I cannot dribble and run at the same time. I can shoot a good free throw, but
Okay. It's
can't play
valuable.
baseball. Every time I played baseball, I was on Little League and they put me out in the outfield. And that sucked because all I did was chase off bees and wait for the occasional pop up, which would never happen. But so I never in football. I'm too frail for football. I never been a big football guy.
Oh, that's okay.
So
So the bar sports. So I bet, are you
yeah,
good at
yeah,
are you
I
any
can
good at
throw
darts?
darts.
Yeah,
Yes,
hell
you
yeah, you
damn right. I can throw
can.
darts.
Hell yeah,
I
you
throw darts in a weird way. I hold it by the tip. Let me take a cigarette here. Give you an example, Steve. I don't throw a dart like people throw a dart like this. I don't throw a dart like that. I
Okay.
hold it by the tip,
Okay.
by the tip end, the
Okay.
dagger end, if you will,
Okay.
and then I flip it into the board. I'm more accurate that way.
Like a
I can,
tomahawk.
I
Like
can
you
make
just
it fly. I hold it straight. The fin is up. I'm holding the tip.
this is
and
terrifying.
and, and I flip it into the board, and it works,
Yeah.
man. It works.
That
I love playing cricket that way. The dart board game
okay, yeah, I
cricket.
was gonna say, I was gonna say, okay, so you do everything else, but you play cricket. No, okay, no, that makes sense. That
No,
makes
no,
sense.
no. I don't play
That would be
outdoor cricket.
Al, that would be hilarious if you did all of that. You said all of this, but then the one sport you actually did play outside was fucking cricket.
No, but I am. When I was growing up, I am pretty ruthless at badminton. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody plays badminton.
Okay. So it's bar and yard sports. Got it. Bar and
Yeah,
yard
yeah, pretty
sports.
much. And
So
I
I bet
really
you
want to
crush it
take
like
my hand.
cornhole, right? So okay, so Cal's gonna be
No,
on the
I'm
Blathering
not.
cornhole key. No,
I'm
not
not. I'm
cornhole.
not.
No.
I'm not a cornhole guy, but I
Okay.
will tell you what I'd like to try my hand at, and that is this whole craze that's going around with pickleball.
Okay.
I think I could do pickleball.
You think
I
you could
haven't
do
played it,
pickleball?
but
Okay.
I feel like I could do it.
Yeah,
If that makes
it
any
is. It's just ping pong, but standing up, but not quite tennis. Because I know tennis, that's table tennis. I get it, but it's like that weird in between just over. It's just oversized ping pong. We're just dealing with the smaller court. That way, the old people can kind of get around. But yeah, no, pickleball is interesting because it's because of its sudden growth and popularity. There's been a lot of drama between the
Yeah,
pickleball people and the tennis people. The tennis people hate the pickleball people because they're taking their courts. So they're coming in on their turf. It's a whole turf war between
but
the
I
two.
heard that pickleball was like an old person
It
sport,
is.
and
It is.
okay, here's the thing. Here's also what I heard. Pickleball's an old person sport, but I also heard that all these young people are like, shit, I could do that. And they're going in and they're
Exactly.
dominating. They are
Exactly.
dominating these old
Ex-
people. They should be ashamed of themselves. Them old people are trying to find something in the twilight years of their lives that they can enjoy, and they still have young people coming in and ruining it. Anyway, that's bad.
Oh man, make my glasses fog up. No, you're not wrong though. But yeah, no, us, those damn. I've played. I have played a little pickleball, but I have not played to the point where I want to kick out my old tennis neighbors and say I need 3 of your 4 courts for pickleball because more of us are playing pickleball than tennis. No, it's bullshit. I'm with you. Get your
Well,
own fan football people.
that is your sports. I wanted to ask
Thank
you a
Yeah,
question,
please. Okay.
Steve.
Okay.
If you can think of any prop or something from a movie,
Okay.
like the only example I can give you is a lightsaber, but it could be anything.
Okay.
What prop would it be if you had a chance to see it and touch it from any movie? Just touch it.
Just
That
touch it,
would
not like
move.
keep it. I don't get to keep it.
No, you don't get to keep it. That would move you.
That would move me.
Let's say another example would be like if somebody was all big into Back to the Future and
Yeah.
seen the actual Mandalorian used in the film and they got to touch it and it
The
moved. They got to sit in DeLorean. They got to see the DeLorean
I love you,
from it.
Cal.
And they got to sit in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
DeLorean,
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's
tomato,
funny.
tomato.
It's
Anyway,
funny. It's
and they
funny.
get to sit in it
Yeah.
and it moves them. What would be that item? You see, from any movie.
No, I hear you. I'm thinking. I thank you. I appreciate that very detailed description. I'm thinking of what that item is. This is a great question because I don't want to say I'm not going to do the cliche thing and say a lightsaber because that is like if I
If
got
it's a lightsaber, it's a lightsaber.
no,
Asking you a
we're
question.
not doing that. We're not playing. I go to the cliche vanilla thing too often. I'm not going to do that here because that would be the first thing I thought of would be if I got to touch that Skywalker lightsaber, I would that would be the thing.
X-wing.
Yeah, or if I got the sat and yeah, if I got the we're not that far in, folks. If I got to sit in like the OG, one of the OG X-wings, yeah, again, that would also be really cool. No, but I think another one for me would be another cliche answer would be like the One Ring, but I don't want to go easy. I don't want to go too easy. So I'm going to go to another one of my favorite movies as a child. Give me one of the swords from the Three Musketeers from Disney's like 1993, 1994 because that movie was like 6-year-old me's like everything for like 6 months. I was obsessed with that movie. Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Oliver Platt. I want to say Oliver Platt, and Chris O'Donnell was D'Artagnan. Love that movie. Huge fan. So and because I was obsessed with those swords as a kid. I thought those things were so fucking cool. So yeah, give me one of those.
No, that's a good answer.
I want to think outside the box. It's a great question because my answer would be one of the cliche ones. So I want to give you something that was a little outside the box because it totally would be like a lightsaber or the ring or something.
Yeah, exactly. I understand your logic and why you didn't pick an obvious choice.
Right.
But just so you know, Steve,
what would be yours, Cal? What would be yours?
I knew you was going to ask me that. But just so you know, Steve, that is one of my kin questions, and I gave it to you.
I feel honored.
There you go. I still might use it on kin. So if you hear it again, there you go. He's probably going to say lightsaber or whatever, unless I make that distinction.
He'll try. I think he'll try to go outside the box. I think he'll try. I think he'll try.
For me, I really don't know. I really don't know. I thought about it. That's why I asked the question. Because I thought about it for myself.
You asked the question because you didn't know. You're like, all right, Steve will have a good idea. But you didn't anticipate.
The only thing, and this is gonna be this. Nobody's gonna. Oh, Brady, yeah. Kim probably would pick something from your guns. But the only thing I could think of is in the movie Heat.
I already like where this is going. Okay, yeah, and
okay, you probably won't. But
no,
Neil McCulley, Robert De Niro's character, has a handgun that he uses. That is his main weapon, not the weapon that he uses in the shootout scene. He has his own handgun that he uses. And if I could like hold that handgun and whatever, I'm not a gun person. It's just what I mean. I just think it'd be cool.
You like the movie?
Yeah, I love that movie.
I love. It's a great movie. Love Heat.
1995, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, rest in peace, is probably, if not my favorite movie, it's in there in my top 5 favorite movies. I still have the double VHS of that film. I love that film, not because of the action, the shootout scene, all that stuff, which is great, but because of the complexity of that film and what the tropes it conveys, the everything about it, the mindset of a criminal,
Yeah.
and that's what he talks about you
Yeah.
got to be able to
Yeah.
walk
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
when you see
Right.
the heat around the corner. It's a masterpiece. It's a very good film. Anyway, but
But
that would be mine.
but
But
the action in it is really, really good. I mean
oh, yeah, actually, great.
that is if not the best, one of the best gunplay scenes in movies. Period.
Well, you do know that police train to that sequence.
Right. Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah. Right.
Val Kilmer was faster at reloading than people on actual SWAT teams. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's how much
Wow.
he trained at it. I mean, this is all documented. You can watch
Yeah.
stuff about it. I'm not making this shit up.
Cal, I don't
They
think you would
train.
ever make anything up.
Well, you know,
I
depends
don't.
on how drunk I am.
I don't. Not one bit. But Cal, you said you
Anyway,
wanted to be here. What was that? Go
yeah,
ahead.
what are you getting to? What is this game show thing? I'm
Well,
intrigued.
here's the thing for the game. We're still building things on the game. I don't know if we've got quite the. I don't know if tonight's quite the thing for the game. We put the game as like a question mark, but we do have the wheel that we're gonna do a little game with the group here.
Well, I'll get in on that. But check this out. Guess what I saw? Since y'all had last time I was here, y'all had the whole Elmo on the wheel. Guess what I
Poor
saw?
Elmo. Yeah, go ahead.
See it?
Yeah. Well, not poor Elmo
Netflix?
anymore.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about. Do you see Netflix picked up?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Elmo got a bag.
Oh. Justice for Elmo.
Justice for Elmo, and he's still going to be on PBS, at least like in some capacity. So it's like, do I love that Elmo is getting like going full commercial? No, not necessarily, but they are going to have a way for him to be accessed still on public TV and things that aren't Netflix. Alden had a great take on this on Blue Sky. If anyone's curious, he linked the story from Variety. But yes, Cal makes a great point. Yeah, Alden, or not Alden. The story came out today that Elmo, not Alden. Alden did not get a bag from Netflix. Elmo got a bag from Netflix. Sesame Street is got picked up by Netflix for their future stuff after the cuts to PBS, and Elon Musk decided that Sesame Street was not pertinent to our budget or our children anymore. So yeah, that's that. You're absolutely right. That was some of the other. There was some other news today that's not as happy go lucky, but we're not really covering news here today. But I am glad we circled back on Elmo because that is something we talked about last time. So
now here's another thing.
We got another thing. What is it?
Who is your favorite Sesame Street character?
Oh yeah, so we talked about this on or no, not we. Ken and Alden talked about this on Anytime. I think it was either that or on one of Ken's Blathering.
Oh yeah, they did.
Anytime they talked about Sesame Street.
Well, who's yours?
I talk about this all the time. I'm very boring. Vanilla ice cream, plain potato chips, Luke Skywalker. I like Elmo.
Okay.
I like Elmo, and I like Elmo because I liked Elmo as a kid, but I also like Elmo now. This is going to sound sappy. My daughter loves Elmo. She loves Elmo. So for me, if Elmo is cool with my little one, then I got Elmo's back. I'm all about Elmo.
Now, if you ask me, I would say Snug. I can't think of his name. Snug enough.
Don't ask me to say it. Don't ask me to say it.
Anyway,
I know what you're getting at. Yep.
Whatever his name was, he was an imaginary friend, and then all of a sudden they made him a character, like only you know what I mean. And he was pretty cool because I had imaginary friends.
He became real.
Yeah, he became real. Oscar's a good one.
That's the dream. So, all right, Cal, you said you wanted to be here for the group discussion. So I'm going to bring you in for that. We're going to do the wheel here in a minute. So I'm gonna take you off here, and we're going to get ready for that. Does that sound good? I see Addie still over there. I think she's still awake. So we're gonna try to get to the wheel before Addie falls asleep. All right, sound good?
Addie spells snuffing up, whatever that is. Anyway, all right. I'll see.
When she comes, between the few of us that are still left here, someone's gonna be able to pronounce that. So I have faith. I'll see you soon, Cal. All right, so let me get this. I do this thing where I come back, then hey, look, I have this like little banner thing here. You know why? Because I'm an amateur and I don't have my shit together, folks. Anyway, thank you all for sticking around. We're at 140. We're definitely not. Oh man, I hope you hit the under, folks. I hope you took the under because we are so not going 3 hours today. But the wheel don't underestimate the wheel. The wheel might take a minute. So with that, we are going to get going to that. I'm going to bring the folks back on. Thank you for joining us here on Blathering Backstage. We're just hanging out here on a Monday night. We are going to go to a wheel of topics here soon, where I'm going to bring the folks who have called in. And if you are here and you are not in the green room and you still want to call in and you want to hang out and spin the wheel, hop in the StreamYard here, and we will spin our wheel of topics. We're going to go around the horn. I'm going to get this all set up here, and we will spin the wheel. So as you can see here, we've got some topics on here that we will show and tell, top 3 movie treats this year in history, all sorts of crazy stuff. I'll explain whenever something spins on there that's not too obvious. So what we'll do is I'll bring everybody back. We'll see how many people we can get on this thing all at once, since everyone except Brady's camera ready here today, which is all good. We'll get everybody here hanging out. We're going to spin the wheel together, and that's the plan. So, but I'm trying to see if there's any other housekeeping we need to do here. I don't have the graphic because I'm not the best producer in the world, but Ken has a show on May 30th. If you're local, check that out. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, the Patreon, get in the Discord. We're having so much fun in Discord. I mentioned that before. So make sure, if you're not there already, that is the place to hang out. That's where we're announcing different streams like this ahead of time, whenever I can plan them ahead of time ish, and doing fun stuff like that. So I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. We've had a good time, everyone engaging here in the chat and coming up with some good ideas here. We're gonna, like I said, we've got the game show idea here. I'll talk about that once we get everybody on, before we do the wheel. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to try to put together, and we'll try to test out here, and then see if we can make it work on the Blathering with Ken, or see how we can kind of expand them from there. The bracket kind of just was an organic thing that just sort of happened. And so I need to find my next gimmick before Ken just gets rid of me, because we're done with the bracket, and it's too early to come up with a new bracket. I gotta wait a little while before we do another bracket of a smaller variety of something else. But I can't just keep writing bracket sequels. I gotta come up with something else. So we're gonna test the waters around here and see if you guys can keep me fake employed. So I appreciate that. But anyway, with that being said, I am going to bring our friends back here, and we are going to spin the wheel of topics. So if everyone can just be patient with me for just a moment while I get our stuff set up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is going to work. I'm going to pull up one of my overlays here. There we go. It's going to make sense once all these people add. All right, everyone, I'm going to add you back here. Cal, it's okay. No, Cal, it's fine. It's fine. If you do, it's fine. It's fine. You're fine. Your pillow looks great. So here we go. Jared, welcome back. Yeah, I know you're laughing at Cal's, but it's a nice pillow. It's a nice pillow. And then we welcome back the professor, Dr. Addy. You getting cozy? Don't worry. We're hope we're not keeping you up too late. Osvetnik is back as well. And Brady, you're not on camera, but you are here. Brady is here. Brady is live. And once Cal comes back, I'll bring him in here. Sans pillow. Does that sound good? So what we're gonna do here is yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Can I clarify? Ethan, I didn't get paid in pizza. I got paid in sandwiches and donuts.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Okay, so yeah, sandwiches and donuts. Okay, so that depends on what kind of sandwich / donut, because not all are created equal.
They were from the Good Donut Shop and the Good Bakery. So,
Okay.
I
don't know what that is.
The sandwiches, they were in, they're not. That's I didn't name a specific. I'm saying they were from the Good Local Donut Shop.
Okay.
A good bakery that makes their bread fresh.
Fair. Okay. So this is better than a thing of Domino's. That's better than a thing of
it wasn't. It wasn't like Dunkin' Donuts and a sub from Subway.
Cal was gonna, and now we're back to Cal's pillow, so that's okay. See, Cal, that doesn't mean go sit down. This is part of the. It's part of the fun, Cal. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, I'm putting you on. So don't yell at me too much. Okay.
I'm back.
You are back. We're all back. We're all here. It's okay. We've got Brady here as well. I'm gonna see if I can add the wheel to the stage, and those. Oh yes, we're all here. Okay, except I still have that stupid overlay thing that's blocking. I think it's blocking. Oh, Svetnik. I'm sorry, buddy.
Also, don't make fun of my pillow. It's back support. Okay, it's back.
I'm all about it. Hey, I'm right there with you. Back support.
Also-
I've got a lumbar pillow thingy here too, man. I'm with you.
For the record, it's Snuffleupagus.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Snuffleupagus.
Clear the floor. Oh, everyone, clear the floor. One more time.
Yeah.
Addie?
Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleup. Okay.
Snuffle.
What are the third and fourth?
Lepagus or Leffagus?
Snuffleupagus. Addie?
Well, now you're making me question myself.
No, damn it. No,
Snuffleupagus.
confidence. Have confidence.
was
You're saying it right. I'm
Snuffleupagus.
just
Snuffleupagus.
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 Is this like? Is he gonna like appear like in behind me or something?
No,
If I say
there's
his
a
name
P
too
in
many
there.
times?
It's Snuffleupagus.
Is there?
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, it's a made up word though. Who knows if the P even matters?
I don't
Nice.
hear a P.
Maybe it's regional.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe it's.
What-
All right. So anyway, we have the bracket here. We're going to spin the wheel and then we're going to go around the horn. Depending on what the thing is here, I'll give you guys stipulations on how long we will let you answer. But are you ready for the wheel?
Do it to it, Lars.
Do
Spin.
it.
Let's
Yes,
start.
sir.
Spin that
Wheel.
Do it.
wheel.
Here we go. Spin the wheel. And we're going to go in order of cameras here that we see on screen. So Jared, you're at the top, so you're going to go first.
Oh god.
Okay, here we go. This is an easy one. All right, Jared, what are you watching? Tell us what you're watching right now, and tell us why we should watch it. And don't say Game of Thrones because that's too like literally right now. Okay, that's very literal, but okay, go ahead.
That would.
I can
be,
play that game too. Look,
Somebody
look.
steal
It's
somebody.
Star Wars Episode 3.
Oh wow,
Nice
very nice.
subtitles.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, so for the people who aren't seeing it or heard listening across the room, Jared, what are you watching?
I have Star Trek: The Next Generation playing right now
Okay,
in the
very nice.
background. But
Very nice.
I did finally start watching Andor season 2. I got the first episode in.
Okay,
So
good,
a little
good.
year
Okay,
later.
you're on your way. All right, very good.
Yep.
Yeah, this.
So we'll
You
get
can
there.
finally join the conversation with the rest of us. That was the struggle I was having too. I was always behind, and it hasn't been fun. All right, so Addie, you just mentioned Revenge of the Sith. Anything else that you're watching that you want to tell people that they should be watching?
I just finished, and Jared will know about this. I just finished this weekend the Body in the Snow, the trial of Karen Reed.
What the hell is that?
Oh god, the ultimate drama.
The
for
ultimate
this
New
area.
England drama.
You don't even know the amount of yard signs that say "Free Karen Reed." It's
Oh jeez. Oh dear.
so. Long story short,
20-second
she has-
elevator pitch. Go for it.
She had a Karen Reed had a cop boyfriend that was ended up dead, and through bullshit cover-ups and bad policing, they arrested her for it. She's already had one mistrial, and now they're on trial number 2.
I've heard of this.
So I that answers my question of which side Jared is on.
Wait, so there's like actual question as to who did what or whatever. This is
There's
like
so he was found dead. He was a Boston police officer, and he was found dead outside the home of another Boston police officer. And so far, the girlfriend is the only one who has ever been charged with anything. And there is a conspiracy theory that the whole thing is a cover up, that he was actually killed by like the other Boston police officers who were drunken in that home that night. And the whole thing has been covered up, and evidence has been planted to make her look guilty when they actually did it.
okay.
Because they have a history of arguing. I think there's like text or voice messages.
Yeah,
From
there's a
brother.
history of arguing. She was potentially having an affair or at least a flirtation with one of the cops who was inside the house that night. It's such drama. It's such drama.
It is.
And so this is an ongoing thing, unsettled. So I can't make like too many jokes because then I'm being Like it's
Yeah,
not, it's
so the
not
whole thing
too
is
soon, right? Okay.
he was found in the snow like 6 hours later, and how he died is actually a mystery. Like the prosecution asserts that she accidentally hit him with this car and didn't know it.
Yeah, she was
And there's
backing up to leave. Something about
Yeah.
the guy. The guy said he had to go to his friend's house. They met at a bar, whatever. They left. They went to the friend's house, and he told her to stay in the car. She wanted to stay in the car because she didn't know those people. And he said he'd come out, tell her when it was okay to come in.
Okay.
He went in, never came out. She went there for 20 minutes. Then apparently or something, he came out and she was mad and she was leaving. And when she backed up to leave, she hit him and left. And it was it ultimately ended up killing him. And there is a scratch and there is something on her car, if I'm not
She
mistaken.
has a broken tail light, but there's also a
What's that?
ring. There's a Ring video camera of her backing out of his driveway and hitting his car.
yeah, it's they took the piece from it's.
And the conspiracy theory is that when they impounded her car, they took the broken pieces of the taillight, took them to the scene, and then found them at the scene.
Let's put it this way: there's been such ridiculousness that again, this is the second time. The first trial was declared a mistrial because of all the shit the prosecution did wrong and the cops did wrong that they were getting called up for on the witness stand.
And at least one of the investigating cops has been suspended since then for misconduct. Some internal investigation, the results of which are not public, has brought up misconduct related to this case, and he has been suspended.
Okay.
So that's what I watched this weekend.
Okay.
And again, what's the doc called?
It's called Body in the Snow, The Trial of Karen Reed. It's on soon-to-be HBO Max again.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
the
Okay,
HBO
first
Max,
of all,
formerly
it
known as
always
Max,
was
formerly
HBO
known as
Max.
HBO Max.
The
Yeah.
trial is live every day still.
Yeah, and the new trial is live every day.
Oh, nice. But live entertainment. Look at that. Okay. Svenik, I
But
hope you have
it
something
did-
to lighten. Oh, go ahead, Eddie, please.
It did then inspire me last night after I was done to watch one of my favorite crazy ass murder documentaries, which is The Staircase. Which, if you enjoy a good murder documentary and you've never watched The Staircase, I cannot recommend it enough because that dude is insane.
Okay.
I mean,
haven't
it's
heard of that one.
It's about a guy named It's about a guy named Michael Peterson, whose wife was found dead at the bottom of the stairs. They also turned it into an HBO limited series a few years ago, starring Toni Collette and Colin Firth.
Okay.
And his wife was found dead at the bottom of a staircase, and he was tried and convicted of her murder.
Yeah.
And because this is not the first woman he's ever known who was found dead at the bottom of a staircase mysteriously.
Now, Addie, was that a doc or was that a movie? Didn't they make a movie?
It is
about the staircase thing.
It's a doc that's like now 11 episodes long, but it was made by like these French filmmakers at the time. So it's like in real time with the trial, and then they've updated it over the years as he's gone through his different appeals. But I think at one point it was cut to be like a documentary movie, but now it's like 11 episodes on Netflix. And it was a mini series on HBO, like I said, starring Toni Collette and Colin Firth.
Okay. All right.
Now, I a question for Addie. Do you have? It's always a weird question, but do you have a favorite psycho serial killer that you watch into a lot? But
maybe favorite isn't the best word. Most
I know it's
in.
Most.
I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite psycho serial killer. I do have a favorite cult.
Oh, that's a good one. What's your favorite cult?
Nixium.
I do not know.
Is that the one with the chick from
Mack
Smallville?
one?
That was the one that the girl from Smallville was in. That's just like
Jesus.
right?
I can't tell you how many times I've watched the Nixium doc on HBO. Like
Listen,
sometimes I just put it on. Sometimes I just put it on because I want to be entertained.
We do have some rules around here, and one of those is we can't talk sex cults before midnight Eastern. So
okay,
I have to draw the line somewhere.
Let's move on because I have to go to bed before midnight Eastern. I have to go.
We got to spin this wheel a few more times, and then we're gonna Cal. Go ahead. What do you have?
I want to answer Jared's question, and mine is my favorite serial killer, which is very weird to say, is Ed Gein. He's one of the
Same.
ones that I delved the
Same.
most into to find out about because he's a very weird cat. But anyway,
Okay.
please.
Yeah. Osvednik,
It's
please
weird that we
what
lionize
are
these
you
people.
watching?
What am I watching? Actually, tonight, just before tuning into tonight, I started watching. I think it's called Four Seasons on Netflix.
Oh
It's
yeah, that's on my
Tina.
list.
Yeah, it's a Tina Fey's new one. It has her, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, Steve Carell.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, it's very
Okay.
good. I'm enjoying it.
You said that's also an
Bas-
HBO thing?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
Yeah,
Steve Carell's
yeah, it's very
underrated.
fun.
Haven't heard of that one. 4 seasons. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's about.
Yeah,
It's
please go.
about. Let's see. I think it's about four couples that, and their
Are they at the 4
like
seasons?
joint vacations over like a year. So it starts in the spring,
Oh,
and then
okay.
a summer, and then a fall.
Is it
And
like an upside down pineapple kind of vacation? Like, well,
No.
hang on now.
Whoa.
no, nothing like that. Yeah, nothing like that. But
If I'm not only
it's really good so
talk
far.
about sex cults
I'm
before
enjoying it.
midnight.
That's what I'm saying. We got to keep it.
Well,
rules.
the question is, does
Real
Brady
rules.
understand what we're talking about when we say an upside down pineapple?
I'm gonna guess no.
That's not so much a. Go ahead, Brady. I'll let you
Pineapple?
defend yourself. You
Yep,
can speak
nope.
for
He has
yourself.
no idea. That was a question.
Yeah, pineapple. I'm only thinking of SpongeBob right now.
To
Just
keep it that
you know
way.
what? Hey,
Keep
you
it
know
that
what?
It's in
way.
the same
Let's
just
family
that
as
way,
Keith
man.
Hardy's.
Let's just keep it that way.
I'm gonna look it up later.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
Just don't do it on a worker school computer. That's all.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like it's that bad, but it's just awkward. You're just gonna have to explain some stuff. That's all. It's not like it's like wrong. Don't get me wrong. Love is love. Y'all do you. But
Oh, I think I know what
Yeah.
it is.
context.
Things are clicking.
Yeah. Some gears are turning. so to speak.
It's also a Jon Favreau movie.
Right.
Which
Wait.
one?
Very
No,
different.
I'm not
though.
familiar with that. I'm thinking of
That's-
something else. Which one? What Jon Favreau movie are you talking about?
Swingers from the
Isn't it
90s.
Swingers?
Swingers.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
We went way literal on the joke there. My bad. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. All right, Cal, what are you watching?
First, let me get into Uzbek
Oh.
mood here. We match
Ah.
Uzbek.
This is amazing.
Anyway.
Well,
If
this
you're
was the
not-
answer to your movie prop question, Cal. If I could
If
get
you
a hold
listen
of the
to
real
across the
one.
room,
Oh, well, you should have said that. That
They're
makes
on- they're
sense.
having a
Raiders
hat
of the
off.
Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Hell
Okay.
I mean, hey, man.
I've been watching. Well, first of all, I like what I'm going to mention better, but I've been watching not because Ken's been talking about it lately, but because a friend of mine told me about Righteous Gemstone.
Yes. Oh, it's
I've been
amazing,
watching.
isn't it?
It's great. I love it. I'm through. I'm at the third. I'm at the end of the third season. I haven't started the fourth season. So I was told to watch it because this guy, he's been watching for a while and he's watched the fourth season. He said it's good. Anyway, but what I have been watching lately, which is another thing that I was told was good and to watch, is Hack. And I've blown through. I'm caught up on Hacks as of right now. And Hacks is very. I love it. It's really good as being an older person, and because I like that. I don't know if anybody's seen Hacks about a comedian, she's the Asian comedian, she's famous, whatever
Yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
what have you. But what I like about Hacks is where they put her with a Gen Z type person,
Mhm.
and her older ways of doing comedy and doing things like that are contrast with the way that the younger generation looks at these.
Where the kids are doing it.
Yeah, and I think that's clashing that, and I think that's very real. And it speaks to me. It seems it's very poignant in my opinion. I think it's a good show. But and also I want to tell Addie that she has a very nice shawl like that stuff. Anyway, that's mine.
It's a good show. You're not wrong. It is a good show. Thank you, Cal. Hacks. I've
Oh.
heard good things about Hacks.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
This is my Princess Leia blanket.
That's not what I heard.
Now it all makes sense. Where's your Armadillo blanket?
They didn't make one.
Oh,
All right, Cal, thank you so
Okay.
much for sharing that one. So we're going to keep going and spin the wheel here. But Brady, what are you watching?
Yes.
I'm catching up on Abbott Elementary.
Okay, good one.
Ooh,
Good one.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
like the last
explain this to me.
I've heard Abbott Elementary is the last good network TV show.
It is.
Our last network TV show.
What'd you
but
say,
yeah,
Cal? Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
No, I said, Brady, please explain this to me because I've heard a lot about this series. I've never even gave it a chance. I never even looked at it. Never even.
Oh, Cal, it's so good. I think you'd really enjoy it.
I think
Well,
it's,
Brady,
like,
give your 20-second pitch on Abbott Elementary.
it's kind of like Parks and Rec, but in elementary school. That's my
That's a
5-second pitch. Yeah.
That's honestly, yeah, you don't even need the
Interesting.
20 seconds. That's pretty good. And it's in Philly.
Yeah, it's so hilarious. Like there's just these teachers and the shit they have to deal with, and their principal that doesn't know anything. Like it's
So
Yeah.
your life?
Yeah. I relate to it so hard. It's not even funny. I
Yeah, no,
also
Parks and Rec is
saw
cool.
a woman with her preschoolers at Disney last week who reminded me of the older lady who teaches kindergarten on that show.
Oh, Barbara. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very
Mrs.
good.
Howard.
Very good.
Mrs. Howard.
Alrighty. That is all right. That's our first one. So here we go. We're gonna go next. I should have hit that remove because if we hit that again, we're not gonna do that one again. So now, Addie, this is your wheel spin. And even though it doesn't really matter who's who because we're going all the way around the horn, but this is your spin. You get to spend the most time on the topic. That's how we're gonna do it going forward. We're gonna shorten the answers from everyone whose spin it isn't. All right. So here we
Good,
go.
because I have to go to bed.
Yeah, Addie has to go to bed, and I have to hit the under because I'm juicing the gambling odds. So here we go. Addie, your spin is landing on. I was gonna say if it lands on what are you watching, I'd be so pissed. Oh, it just barely brought over to unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion, Addie. What's your unpopular opinion?
We actually played this game in my lab this morning.
Oh, that's fine. Well, none of us were there, so you can totally reuse the answer. We won't know.
I don't know that my unpopular opinion is actually going to be unpopular in this group.
Oh, well, what are you saying about this group, Addie?
That you all
That were awesome.
you all appreciate the Star Wars prequels more than the general public.
Oh, that's probably that's.
I
Fair
don't.
enough,
Yeah. Cal's like, speak for yourselves, nerds.
Do not.
I personally think the Star Wars prequels are the best Star Wars movies.
Okay. We don't have time to get into a 45-minute Star Wars discussion like we did the other night. As much as I would love to, if it was a weekend night, I totally would. Also, I'm pretty sure I got a cease and desist letter from the lawyers over at Force Center in my mail. But please, Addie, tell me why the prequels are the best Star Wars movies with a reasonable amount of time.
I honestly don't think I can.
Okay, fair. All right, well, that's part of your unpopular opinion, I guess. So
I like them. It probably has something to do with being young and whatnot. Like I was
They
the
were your
age.
Star
I
Wars
am part
movies.
of the prequel generation.
Yeah.
They are when I want to watch a Star Wars movie, they are what I put on.
Love that.
I got home from work today and the Disney Plus channel that has started streaming Star Wars 24/7, which is my new favorite channel on Disney Plus, was showing Phantom Menace, and I was like, yes. So, like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's yours. Okay, that's your unpopular. Okay, so that's not the most.
I admit
out
they're
there
not.
one, but-
I admit they're not maybe the best movies ever made, but I think they're. I think they're great, and they're my favorite.
Okay. You're entitled to that. You're entitled to that opinion, and we all. I mean, I'm of the boat of I like Star Wars, so don't make me pick between my children. Is kind of the way I feel about it. But, okay. Well, Tully does have a question here. Thoughts on Clone Wars? So I'll let you answer this, and then we'll move on to the other guys and what they're.
I really enjoy the later seasons of Clone Wars. I always say I want to rewatch Clone Wars, but Clone Wars is so hard to get into at the beginning.
Interesting.
Those are my
Yeah, it
thoughts
is
on
one of those
Clone
things
Wars.
where it's like unless you
Chronological
jump in on a
order.
certain arc, it's heavy. You know what I mean? Like it could be like it's not. It's hard to like jump in and just feel like, oh, I'm gonna kind of watch this episode of the week. Sort of, there is some episode of the week stuff, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels like such an intricate thing. It's like unless you do start from the beginning, and then the stuff is out of order. It's just a whole. I have to like want to watch a certain storyline from Clone Wars to go back and watch it.
See, and I don't know it. I don't know it well enough to do that, and I just think the later seasons are more watchable than the earlier seasons. Like from like a binge perspective, like it takes it a while to get going.
I think they're more organized the later seasons too.
Yeah, like it's hard for me to get started and get through some of those first arcs. To when it really gets cooking.
Yep.
Addy, I think he means, or he might Clone Wars series. But do you remember the Clone Wars theatrical film? Not the kid animated.
Like, do I remember that movie exists? Yes. Have I watched that movie more than the obligatory one time you have to watch it? Absolutely not.
I saw that in theaters.
Addy, I never even, Jared. I want to hear your theater experience because I watched it in theaters and I fell asleep. And when I woke up to an usher getting me out of that film. I watched it again.
I
love the series, but yeah.
That was my first Star Wars movie.
Really? That's an interesting.
Wow.
Was that Nick who said that?
I'm so sorry, Brady.
No, I enjoyed it.
On behalf of Star Wars, I feel like we owe you an apology for that one.
No, don't knock it.
I was 9 years old.
It worked.
I was borrowing from the library. It was the only Star Wars movie available, and as a 9-year-old,
for a reason.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to libraries? Weren't those
right?
good times?
Hey,
go to your local library, folks. Support your library. I go to the library all the time because I have a little baby daughter and we get books and stuff. But yeah, go to your library.
Now I can't. I'm just that line from The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon announces that he's not going to watch the Clone Wars TV show until he watches the Clone Wars movie because he prefers to be disappointed in the order in which George Lucas intended.
I don't like Big Bang, but that's fun.
That's funny. That's funny. That's a good joke. Okay. All right. So, fellas, I'm going to start. We're going to go to you last since you went first on the last one. Svetnik, what is your unpopular opinion?
Oh, shoot. I don't like condiments.
Okay. What you don't
like?
Like? What
bastard?
Yes.
Yeah, I just prefer no condiments
on anything.
So, yeah.
So
I mean, I'm from Kansas City, so barbecue sauce is just my blood. So like that's an exception, but pretty much
everything is just bathed in barbecue sauce and nothing else.
Why in the world is Kansas City the capital of barbecue sauce?
It's not. I mean, I could say Tennessee rivals that.
No, I mean, there are opinions across the whole country when it comes to barbecue. I'm just from Kansas City, and Kansas City.
I know. I lived in Texas for 5 years. No one beats Texas when it comes to barbecue.
That is not.
They're different things.
Hey,
and
we're all
this
here.
Is a whole discussion for a whole other time.
We're all friends. We'll do barbecue meat talk. You like? Yeah, I'm with you, Jared. I like meat. Yeah, Carolina, Kansas City, Texas.
We need like.
Yeah, whatever. No, no apologies, Cal. So okay. So
we say meat enough times, laser bolt will appear.
I know.
Right.
You gotta be careful. Or or behind me, either in the chat or right behind me. Okay.
So no condiments.
What's that?
No.
Even on fries?
Yeah, even on fries.
You don't put like fries in barbecue. Fries and barbecue is delicious. You don't put fries in barbecue.
So I'm kind of particular. Barbecue sauce with like barbecue. If I have fries with the barbecue, then yes. But I don't go to the fridge to get barbecue sauce to put on other things.
Okay.
What about a Frosty? Does that count as a condiment?
No. I'm making the executive decision as the host of this semi show to say no.
No, but I don't.
A condiment.
Yeah, but I don't dip the fries in the Frosty either. So.
I'm not a Frosty fry guy either.
That's fair.
No, wait a minute. You're going to get a burger Nick. What are you putting on that burger? Condiment wise. Nothing?
No. Lettuce, onion, bacon, cheese.
No
Seems so
ketchup,
dry.
no
That's
mustard,
so dry.
nothing
If
to
you
gel.
make the burger right, it's not dry. What are you doing
Ah,
with a
That's
well
fair.
done burger?
That's well.
The same thing I'm doing with a well done steak,
Don't
eating
talk.
it.
Don't talk. Yeah,
Why
I was
would
gonna say,
you
don't
eat
talk
a
to Ken
well
about his
done
steak.
steak?
We did it. See, you just had we talked meat, and there he is. Yeah, you knew.
And he shall appear.
Anyway, okay. So Sven doesn't like condiments. I'm all right. Well, I don't. Usually, this
There
is
you
a safe space. We don't have to report back to Ken on these things.
I
I'm
am
telling on
comfortable
you.
with who I am.
We
I know
did
you
ask
are.
for an
I know you
unpopular
are.
opinion.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm
is
gonna make
unpopular.
He
you.
delivered.
I'm gonna make you
He
defend
delivered.
yourself to Ken at some point on this one because we love food talk on the.
That's a
Blathering.
good bad
So I'm sure
food right
Ken's gonna
there.
make you. I'm
Yeah.
tattling on you for
Those
that one.
things. Also,
That's
barbecue
fine.
should
For all
be.
we know, he's lurking.
No, that Ken
Not
has better
tonight.
things to do. It's fine. Ken Plume checked on us earlier. He threw some
Yeah.
I
snacks
mean,
down to the basement.
Ken did
to make
admit
sure we were okay.
Saturday he lurked on Friday.
Yeah. Well, did he? I didn't. I
Hey.
thought I heard him say something like that, but I didn't like fully hear that. I thought maybe he checked on like the afterwards or whatever. But who knows? Hey, if you're out there,
He said he didn't make it through the full 3.5
I
hours.
don't blame him. His spoiler alert: I don't make it through the whole 3.5 hours either, guys. I don't remember what we talked about an hour ago.
Spoiler alert, I'm
Um,
turning into a pumpkin in about 15 minutes.
We're almost done with our wheel. We're gonna get out of here soon. Just because I also don't want to go over too far. We want to start making these a little shorter so we can start tightening them up. Tonight was just a total bleep show, but that's totally on me. I didn't do a lot of planning, and today was a weird day. But anyways, so Svennik, you gave your unpopular opinion. Cal, Brady, what are your unpopular opinions? Cal, go first. Unpopular opinion.
Well, I don't want to get attacked in here, but
No one's going to attack you. We would.
Well,
never.
it's already known that I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. You know what I mean? I've never had.
Not your jam. That's okay.
We can move on from that. You got to keep it.
Okay, hey,
Move
Cal,
along, move along.
I'm gonna be an ally here for you. You know how? Because this is gonna piss off the Lord of the Rings nerds. So I'm here with you for this. Are you ready for this? Hey, Lord of the Rings nerds. The theatrical versions are better than the extended cuts. Get over it.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Get over it. There's a reason why they cut that shit out of the movies. You know why? Because they turned Gimli into a fucking Disney character in the extended versions because he does nothing but make dumb quips and stupid jokes. And they cut a bunch of that shit out and put it in the regular version. There's a reason why those versions exist. And the reason why you have to buy an extra DVD to get them. So yeah, that's my Lord of the Rings hot take. You're welcome, Cal. I just took all the heat for you.
The reason is that no general audience
I'm not letting you take this on your
movie.
own. Yep. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry. The cuts that I like won like a bazillion Academy Awards. So go ahead.
Now wait a minute. I do want to say though. I do want to stress that I do dislike Lord of the Rings, but Revenge of the Sith is the best out of the 3 prequels. I do dislike the other 2, but Revenge of the Sith is pretty.
That's not an unpopular opinion. That's fairly, yeah. That's okay. You should have stopped while you were ahead, Cal. You had a great one at the start. You should have stopped while you were ahead, but it's okay.
No. I just wanted to agree with Addy into some aspect that the prequels are not all that bad. I still stand by my first choice. I was just trying to agree.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I'm a big Revenge of the Sith guy too. When it comes to the prequels,
Attack of the Clones all the way. Anyway.
All right. Anyway,
I think it's my favorite Star Wars movie. Period.
Was that?
I said I think it's my favorite Star Wars movie. Period.
Okay.
Which one?
Well, we'll do that ranking
Sith.
again. We'll do that ranking another when we know Ken isn't watching. We'll do that kind of stuff because again, like I said, if we do too much Star Wars talk, we're really gonna get in trouble. Brady, I believe we're on to your unpopular opinion. What's your unpopular opinion?
Yeah, I'll make mine quick. I like Panda Express.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, so do I.
I've never had it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great. I love me some crispy orange chicken. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to apologize for that. Guess what? I like Subway too. I'm with you, Brady.
Yeah, it's a Subway.
Yeah.
But you see, Panda Express, when the Dodgers win, it's $6. $6 for a plate. You get a full meal for $6.
You get a plate for $6?
Yeah, it used to be $5. Man.
Now, is that like a nationwide thing?
No, it's just an
Evidently
hours
not,
thing.
because I'm not getting $6 plates where
I
I
was
live.
gonna
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, just because the Dodgers got to win and they win a lot. You're just rooting for Shohei to hit those balls, you know.
Yeah, go Shohei. Yeah, we like
That's
Shohei.
it. You get all your wins out early
That's
in
a
the
good one,
season.
Grady. I appreciate your candor on that one. That's a good one. You're just like, yeah, Panda Express. Not going to apologize for it. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
One of the grossest things I ever encountered at work was at a Panda Express.
Oh
Dear.
I
I don't.
What was it?
I want to continue. I'm not going to ask just because I
Okay.
want to continue to eat.
That
Panda
was
Express.
bait, but don't take it.
I know. I'm not going to
Okay.
take it. I'm smarter than that. I'm not going to take it. I appreciate the addition, though. Put that in your back pocket, and we'll go to that next time when we're not 2:16 into a show. So it's all good. Okay. So speaking of Svetnik, it's time for your wheel spin.
Oh, I didn't get to give mine.
You didn't? Oh, you didn't? Oh, it's right, because you didn't go because you went last. Oh man. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Jared. What's your unpopular opinion? My bad. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm horrible. Go.
Yeah, that's okay.
This wheel spin doesn't count. This wheel spin doesn't count. You're not doing show and tell.
Oh, but I like that one.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead, Jared.
Well, I was gonna say I can either do a music one on directors, or one on a particular film.
Land the fucking plane, Jared. What's your unpopular opinion?
Guillermo del Toro is not that good of a director.
Okay, why? That's a good hot take.
Oh, that is
That's a good hot take. Why?
He is all visuals and just boring story. I have the same problem with Citizen Kane. Technically great film and just boring as hell.
I'm not going to give anyone shit for not liking a 70-year-old movie. Sorry. What do you want from me?
It's 80 years old.
I went to film school.
Grady,
man.
shut up. We know you're smarter than us. Okay. Well, except for maybe Adam. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's fair.
You know, he's a good man, good person. Just
Is there a particular movie that hurt you?
You know, it was probably when everybody was going nuts over the Pan Labyrinth one. Then I finally saw it, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, the costumes are cool, but that's his makeup department, not him.
All right.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What did you do? Did you
I was gonna say the Boston came out.
I
saw it.
You know, yeah, I did saw it. It was a wicked pisser guy.
All right. Svetnik, here's your wheel spin.
Man, I like show and tell.
Yep. Well, this time you're getting this. Oh, no, you're
No.
not. Getting
Nope.
Oh, man. Pick a game from a random sport. All right. This one's easy. So I am going to use a different window here, and I'm going to find a sport. Today's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 11:50 on Monday. All right. So we are going to look at sports for. I have to put my glasses on, even though they're a little foggy, folks. This is what we do on the Backstage. We produce shit live on the fly. So I'm going to pick a sport, and you're going to pick a game, just like we did with Cal, or not with Cal, with Ken on Thursdays, on Thursdays for the Blathering when we picked football games. I'm going to have you pick a game, just like Ken does. So tomorrow, Tuesday at 8 p.m., the Florida Panthers play the Carolina Hurricanes in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals in the old hockey. And as of right now, according to Vegas, it is like damn near even game.
Yep.
Florida is a plus 105 underdog. Carolina is a minus 125 favorite. The spread is 1.5 goals. So Florida is a 1.5 goal underdog against the Carolina Hurricanes. Who's going to win the game, and are you taking the goals?
God. I have such mixed emotions about this.
And now I can take my glasses off because I don't need to read anything on my screen.
Okay, so just in clear term,
Yep.
what are the two teams again?
The Florida. I did a horrible job of explaining that. It's a completely fair question.
No, that's okay.
No.
You did,
Nope. This
yeah.
is what we're here for. The Florida Panthers are playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay.
The Florida Panthers are a 1.5 goal underdog against the Carolina Hurricanes. They are playing in Carolina, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
My question is, why isn't Florida the Hurricanes? I mean, I know Carolina gets them, but Florida's more the Hurricane place.
This is a fair question. It also
But
is a
not the
good
one you
question.
asked.
Why does
So-
Florida continue to win the Stanley Cup when it's Florida and not Canada? That's
We
another
don't-
good
trust me.
question.
Because only
As-
one team in Tampa can be good in a sport at a time. This is my Tampa Bay theory.
Okay, so good to know Addie's still awake. So I'm glad we.
And-
I'm glad we. Okay, go
okay,
ahead.
I'll stop,
Please. Who's winning? Because we're betting on this. Producer Steve's betting on this. So what is it?
Okay, I'll take Florida.
You're taking Florida. Okay,
Oh.
so Florida. You're taking the Florida Panthers. They are 1.5 goal dog. That means that Florida could lose by 1 goal, and we still win the bet. So that's a good pick.
Don't worry, they'll win.
Florida's really good, and they'll probably win the game outright anyway. So we'll see. But all
I
right,
have such mixed emotions on this series. As a Bruins guy, Marchand, our captain, who was traded to Florida early this year.
yes, yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this is a big.
It's
This
like-
is a big thing for you.
I want the Panthers to suffer, but I
Right.
want Jen to cry tears
Wish
of
you-
joy.
You want your boy to do good. No, I get it. Okay, so Jared, does that mean you're taking the Panthers?
Can they all just lose?
Well, you can't have ties in hockey, I don't
No,
think,
I-
in the
I
play.
would-
So yeah, no.
I will technically be rooting for the Hurricane, but poor
So you
Marchand.
can't have ties, but not in the playoffs, obviously. All right, so you're okay. Addie, Panthers or Hurricanes? You don't have to know anything about hockey, but who wins in a fight, a Panther or a Hurricane?
How many Panthers?
Just
You
one.
killed her.
100 Panthers versus 1
System
Hurricane.
restart.
Well, I don't know how many hockey players are on the ice at one time for one team,
I'm
Jared.
just imagining.
5.
I'm just
Five.
imagining the
Five
Panther
Panthers.
trying to punch a hurricane.
Yep.
Pass.
Okay, we're taking the Hurricane. Osvetnik, this was your question. Cal, Panthers, Hurricanes. I can't hear you.
Al,
Cal.
you're muted.
All right. While Cal unmutes himself, Brady, Panthers or Hurricanes?
Panthers, because I like Panthers.
Okay, the Panthers are winning so far. Cal?
He's
Okay.
just doing that to bet against me.
Now,
Well, I'm taking whatever the majority says here, so go ahead. I'm betting
am I
Cal
muted?
for sure. No, I can
No,
hear
you're
you
good
loud and
now.
clear.
Okay. Yeah, a hurricane. Are you out of your mind? Addie said it correctly. A panther cannot punch a hurricane. It makes no goddamn sense.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm glad you let your opinion be known. All right, so Cal and Addie are taking the Hurricanes. Everyone else is taking the Panthers. Oh, Brady,
No, I
who
took
are you
the-
taking? Sorry.
Oh, I said Panthers. Just
Oh, you said
just- I
Panthers.
like
That's right.
Panthers,
Okay, my bad. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm betting on the Panthers. All right, here we go. All righty, Cal. This is now time for your wheel spin.
oh no. I'm scared.
You should be. Cal, what are your top 3 movie treats?
Is that what it lands on?
Yep, top 3 movie treats.
Well,
And
first of
don't
all,
worry, you have a free Amex Black Card. Don't worry about the expenses. You can get whatever you want.
well, I don't normally eat during a film. And if I do, occasionally it will be popcorn with lots of butter and salt. I don't put
Okay.
M&Ms in my shit. I don't do any
Okay.
of that because I'm a
Okay.
normal person.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like what I like for when I go see a movie. If I have to pick 3 things, I think of 2. One would be a flask of gin,
Okay. That's
and
fair.
then
That totally counts.
and then the popcorn,
Okay.
and a vape, so I can still get my smoke on while I'm in
Okay.
it.
But just
So
maybe
there
not in
you
the
go.
movie theater, like with other people as well.
Well,
Other
most of the
people might
time
not
when
like
I
that.
most of the time when I go watch movies, I like to go and get matinees. I like to go during the day, which
So you
means
have the theater to yourself.
there's not a lot of people there.
Right.
And if I when I walk in, I'm not one of those people I'm not one of those fancy LA people, whatever the hell they do, where they pre-order their seats. I just go in, I just go get a ticket and I go in, I pick my own seat. So yes, I know I'm going to vape and I know I want to sit from my gin flask. So I'm
Okay.
going to pick somewhere that's discreet and away from other people, but where I still have a good eye line on the film because I like to be in the center of the theater when I watch a film. I like to be to where I can see all the action. I don't want to be up close too much. I don't want to be too far back, and I don't want to be off the side to the left or the right. I want to be in the center. So it's a very varied choice on what I do when I go to a theater. And I only go to a theater if it's a film that I really cannot wait to see a week later on streaming. You see what I'm saying?
It's totally.
So I choose that stuff very carefully.
I love your level of detail. That's you've thought this one out. Okay. So just to recap: popcorn, vape, gin. It's not bad. Okay, got it. Brady, top 3 movie treats.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be popcorn.
Okay.
I can't do any liquids because it's gonna be a bathroom trip. And
Fair. I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah, and I don't want to miss any action in the movie because I'm paying for that. The next 2. I'm guessing maybe
Cal gave you plenty of time
bar.
to think.
A candy bar because it's not too much.
Candy bar.
You can a bar.
What
Candy bar.
kind? What, like you can't just say candy bar. Like what kind of a candy bar?
Candy bar.
I don't
Candy
know,
bar,
whatever
what
I'm
do
in
you
the mood for.
I need sugar when I
What?
Probably something chocolate,
Okay.
If I'm craving peanuts, I'll get like a Twix.
Hershey's?
not
Okay, Twix,
A
Twix.
Snickers or Twix if I'm craving cookies.
All right.
But something, quick.
Okay.
And then what else? Oh, you know what? I've never tried this before, but it sounds really good.
But it's gonna make my
Top
top
3 now.
3 favorites.
Because I don't have a third.
It sounds good. Okay, go ahead.
This is technically 2 things, but like beer and peanuts and a movie. Oh, that sounds good.
That's good. It is good. Yeah, that salt. Yeah, dude, nothing is better than beer and salt. I'm with you on that. That's a good one. Okay, you can get it at like a Alamo Draft House. Maybe not peanuts. Well, you
yeah.
can get like a
I gotta
bag.
bring
of
my own
peanuts.
peanuts. I gotta hide it in my jacket.
Yeah. Well, no, you can get beer at the fancy movie theaters.
Oh
nowadays.
yeah, that's true. But the
Anyway,
peanuts.
okay. All right. All right. Moving back down the line, Jared, your top 3 movie treats go.
Peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
Always. Snow caps.
Snow caps?
Snow caps. What are you, 400?
explain snow cap.
What are those?
Wow. You are.
I don't even know. I don't know what snow
I know what
caps
a snow
are.
cap is.
I'm 43, Jared. I don't know what the hell snow cap is.
Don't worry. I'm 39. So a snow cap.
I'll show you a
Picture.
snow cap.
Yeah, I was gonna say picture like a little dot of chocolate, and it's got like little white sprinkles on it that look like snow. It's
For the
it's
record, if you
fucking
Google
sugar.
snow cap, you get a bunch of pictures of a bird, so that didn't exactly help me off the bat.
I'll put candy in the search.
I know that's what.
There it is.
Thank you. That's
Thank
Oh, these look good.
I will tell you, my first.
Brady's so wholesome.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. My first thought was that's a type of weed that's called snow. Anyway, I'm not going to explain it. But that was my first thought. I'm like, Jared's going to the theater with snow caps. Hell yeah.
All right. What else, Jared?
Oh,
What's your last one?
and just a beverage.
A beverage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know.
Addie, before
Hold
you fall
on, we
asleep,
made
top
Brady
three-
be specific with candy bar. You
Oh,
have to be
okay, that's-
specific
all
with beverage.
Yeah. Candy bar.
Because honestly, because I don't
A-
care so
a
much
diet
about your
soda.
beverage, I care a lot more about your candy bar choice than I do care about your beverage. But go ahead, Jared. What are you drinking? Diet Coke? So
nobody-
you feel better drinking the Diet Coke after having 4,000 calories and bullshit?
No, it's mostly because I'm a bad diabetic to myself, and this
Well,
makes
now I
me feel
look like an
better
asshole.
about it.
Thanks for that.
Well, I do want to say, Steve, I was at work last night and
Okay.
I was giving a coworker a break,
Addie was
And
this close to giving her movie treats. Go ahead, Cal.
and she said, I got some Reese, the little individual tiny Reese cup,
Uh-huh.
not the like standard
Individual
two you
wrap
get.
one.
Yeah, the individual.
Yeah.
She's like, I got some Reese cups here. She had a whole bag of them.
Those are not Reese cups, but yeah, I would be disappointed if someone said I have a Reese cup and they give you one of those. But continue.
Well, no, she had a bag of those.
Uh-huh.
And now, granted, she's going on a 15-minute break, so I'm over there. She's like, help yourself. I ate like 4 of those. And I swear to God, I felt my heart almost stop as soon as I fucking ate them. Because I don't know, I got so jacked, I got the sugar rush like really quick, and my heart started beating really fast. And I swear to God, I felt like I was having a heart attack, but I was working, so I couldn't stop. And I thought I was going to exert myself, so I had to calm down for a second. I swear to God, that's a true story.
Come on.
Anyway.
They're fun, Cal. I've had two of them.
I love Reese Bar. I love Reese Cups. I love them a lot. I like the white chocolate ones they do
Oh,
too.
yes. I am. Yes. Oh, man.
And I'm not a fan of chocolate, but I will eat a Reese Cup. I mean,
All right.
especially if I'm high. But anyway.
Anyway, we've got we have to finish our wheel before we head out of here. Addie, what are your top 3 movie treats? Go.
Peanut M&Ms, popcorn, Swedish fish.
That's how you do it, folks.
Swedish fish. Swedish fish. That's the obscure choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to yell at you about Swedish fish one of these days, but okay. All right.
I can't eat them anymore, but they were in the top. They are still in the top 3.
They were in the top 3. Okay.
You and your gross peeps still.
Okay, and then also Nick, I think this was you're the last one for top 3 movie treats.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Popcorn, M&Ms, and Reese's peanut butter cups, and I actually like the miniature ones better.
I do. I like them.
Yeah.
Why are they better? Is it more concentrated sugar or flavor?
It's more concentrated. I like the peanut butter to chocolate ratio better.
Yeah. Okay.
See, for me, it's more of I like the bigger ones because with the little ones, if I have access to too many of them, I will eat 17.
Oh, I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
But still.
Exactly.
Whereas if you get the full size cups, you're only getting them really 2 at a time. You know.
I will say Reese's.
They make a double king size now that's 6.
I was going to say that. Well, was Addie what?
What are you saying, Addie?
Reese's aren't my favorite candy. I just don't like to get them at the movie theater because I want a snack that's going to last longer than 2 seconds.
That's fair.
That's true. That's true.
I also enjoy eating them cold. I put my Reese's in the refrigerator.
I've heard of people doing that.
Candy in the freezer, the refrigerator is underrated. That's a good point.
Yeah,
if you want
trouble with Reese's peanut butter.
I have to go because my laptop is at 3%.
Well, Addie, we appreciate your time.
It's also after midnight, and I have to be at work at like 7 a.m.
Where I wanted to go, but we're going to turn it to a pumpkin. Spin the wheel, but thank you, Addie, for your time.
I told you 3 hours.
We're not going 3 hours. We're going to stop before 3 hours. I'm telling you. Alrighty.
All right. Why not? Why not? Anyway, Addie's going to turn into a pumpkin. And yes, it is true that Reese's the little ones the more you eat. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're right. No, they're dangerous. You just can't.
It is dangerous.
All right. So that was Cal. That was your spin, right? You got movie treats.
I guess. I don't know who you're supposed to be keeping up. Producer Steve.
I know, but I don't have these. I've lost count.
It would have been Cal's.
Okay. So
yeah,
I wasn't on the wheel yet.
Me. I think one last spin. Yeah.
Joe and Tam.
Okay, here we go. Brady, this is your spin.
Please don't be Cell. Please don't be Cell.
Oh, show and tell. Okay, Brady, you're not on camera, so we can't really do show and tell, which is okay. But here's what we're gonna do. Everyone else is spun, right? This is our last one for the night, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Since this is our last one, we'll come back to the trombone. I'm gonna draw what you tell. So you do the show and tell, and I will try to illustrate what you're talking about since you don't have a camera. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I need to look for something real quick.
That's okay. Take your time.
Brady has to.
While we're waiting.
Sorry, Steve. Is that Microsoft Paint?
No, this is Canva.
Okay.
Oh, Microsoft Paint would have been so much better.
Damn right. Thank you, Brady. Microsoft Paint is still a thing.
It is.
I'm surprised he knows what it is.
Like grab an image of a trombone randomly when Cal says trombone, and then just have it there. With Canva, I can just type trombone, and then a picture of a trombone shows up.
Well, I have to check it out. I have to check out Canva.
That's actually really cool.
Yes, Canva.
Yeah, it is cool.
If you want to sponsor the Blathering Canva, call me. Seriously, I'd make all my shit. I'd make in video editing, and then I throw it in Canva. So
this is sponsored by PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, award-winning beer since 1863.
I don't think you could say that legally.
I can say it legally as an average drinker of PBR, a lifelong drinker of PBR. I think I can say it.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
The first time I ever got ill from alcohol was a 30 rack of PBR when I was like 19.
Oh dear.
Oh, that was your inauguration.
Oh,
That-
I
that-
had been,
you know what I mean?
I had been
Brady,
drinking.
what do you,
plenty before
Brady? Have you
that,
found a
but
show
that
and
was the
tell
fun.
item for us?
You know what? I'm just gonna show this. Well, just at least describe this. I got one of my old consoles, a
Ooh,
Game Boy Advance SP.
remember those?
Yeah,
That
I
was the
got
one
it.
that, like folds up like a it folds up, right? Like
He
it's
has the
like
one that folds.
Yeah.
oh yeah. But it's
And
not
the-
like the
That
DS.
was
As
that was
Like a
new
mini
tech at the
laptop,
time.
kind of a.
Yeah, I was super excited to have it.
That was so new.
Wait, I wonder if I can get the sound effect on.
right, and then we
Oh, there's
had
no battery.
is it at the left side? You had your little thing, and then you had
Yep,
a
on the
button
right, you have
here,
your
and
A
a
and
button
B.
here,
That was
right,
pretty good.
Wow.
and then
That's,
it like
that's not bad,
goes
Steve.
like
Look at that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's almost childhood accurate.
look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Nailed it. Nailed
Yeah.
it. See, we don't even need. Brady doesn't need a camera. He's got me. There we go.
I was
There it
talking to
is. There it is.
I was talking to some high schoolers recently, and they saw this, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
Really,
And yeah, and then I found out they were born after 2010. I was like, "Oh, damn."
kids are in high
Brady,
school. Yeah, I guess they're. 15.
I still got my
Oh
gray
God.
brick.
Rough. Yeah, I had that realization today.
Oh,
Speaking
the
of
old Game
Daddy was
Boy?
talking about Revenge of the
Yeah.
Sith. We're
You
as
mean
far
Game Boy
away.
Brady? Yes.
Sorry, go ahead. What are you saying?
Brady, I want to ask you: are you one of those guys? Are you one? Are I've been hearing about the kids. Actually, my daughter is not into it, but I've been hearing about this generation being into the old flip phones and stuff. Are y'all like, is that real? I just thought,
I think it is more like a zillennial thing. So things like people born in 96 to 2000.
Yeah.
And I actually had a flip phone when I was in middle school. Before, because like my parents were never going to give me an iPhone because,
Right.
yeah. And I mean, kids these days have iPhones at like elementary school. I don't know how.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know,
That's
Not my
It's
kid.
crazy. It's crazy.
yeah. Delay
Right.
that.
right? Not my kid.
Yeah.
No, kids don't understand the satisfaction nowadays of hanging up on someone with like a click, like an actual like of having that passive aggressive, not even really saying goodbye. The person just on their line just heard the phone close before the actual line cut
Yeah.
out.
Or remembering
Heard
phone
it
numbers.
snap.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I
Right.
still
And
have
it's
my
snap.
phone
And you can
numbers
make it
memorized.
aggressive too. But yeah. No, that's a good one. Well, Brady, that was good. What was your just really quick last thing? What was your favorite game on your SP?
So when I first got my SP, I didn't know anything about video games with my first console. So I got like Spy Kids the game, remember they made like movie games.
Nice.
And
Movie
what
tie-in
else?
games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got another tie-in game. It was Harry Potter and I forget which one. It was like a Harry Potter RPG.
I could do a whole 20 minutes on movie tie-in games. Like I should write that down as like a topic thing because like that's a whole man. Talk about stuff that you missed. Those used to be so good.
Oh God.
That's a good
Are
one.
you
Yeah.
old
Speaking
Are you
of
old enough
Revenge
to
of the
remember
Sith,
all the LGN games?
I remember watching a video series on them. I think those were like the NES, right?
Yep. All the LGN. Those. Oh God. I think I just unlocked bad memories for Cal.
No. It's just how fucking young Brady is. He don't even know he
I
is.
think it was
With the
I
rainbow
watched a video
logo.
series about it.
Yeah.
I watched the video. I watched the doc about
Brady, these games were so bad that the one that they had for Beetlejuice, you couldn't get Beetlejuice to walk into the house to be able to start the game.
Damn.
Oh God.
And you bought that for full price.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And there was no patch a week later to fix it either.
Damn.
Games used to be great, man.
They really
games
were. Well,
those-
when they worked, they shipped a finished product at least.
yeah, and you had it. It was there. It worked. You get no DLC, none of that bullshit. You had the game. It was yours. It worked, and you had it forever. As long as your console worked, as long as you blew into the fucking game, the shit worked. Anyway.
Well,
You
Alex,
can't-
if you ever need a dumb opinion, call me.
Wait, I just want to do one last thing. I think I think it's a sound effect. I hope you can hear.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's
That's
lovely.
That's a Nintendo right there.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Yep. Oh yeah, and the game that's in it is Metroid Fusion.
I was really hoping you were going to say Spy Kids. That would have been hilarious.
Well, that's not NES then. What is that? Metroid Fusion wasn't on NES.
I think it's like the fourth one of like Metroid. I think NES one was Metroid.
What console is it on?
The first one was on the NES. They had one on the Super NES.
Yeah.
Super Metroid is the greatest game ever.
Super Metroid, yeah.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have Metroid Prime, I think is one that came out.
Oh yeah, I have Metroid
later.
Prime. Yep. I got the full trilogy on the Wii.
Very nice. Very nice. Good stuff. Well, I appreciate you sharing. That was a good little sound effect, Brady. Thank you for that. You might not have your camera, but you brought it with the sound effects. Fellas, thank you so much. It was a fun time spinning the wheel. I appreciate you guys bumbling and stumbling through the blathering backstage with me this evening as we approach 2 hours and 42 minutes here. We're not going to go 3 hours. We're dwindling away at those times a little bit.
You don't.
We've still gone way longer than I was expecting to today. But
you don't want our three to do show and tell. Is that it? Is that how you're gonna?
No, I figure with show and tell, it was kind of like a put you on the spot thing. Show and tell is one. I actually meant to take show and tell off the board because show and tell is supposed to be one of those ones that I like tell you guys beforehand, so you have a cool thing to show and tell. Brady did amazing with, and that's good. That's good. That I have a funny story about Power Rangers toys when I was a kid. So Jared's got his power. Okay, so what do we have here, Osfetna? We're looking at a trophy display, but it's figures.
Looks like figures. Oh, X-Men figures.
X-Men. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay, so we've got our
smart.
Those are very nice bookshelves.
Oh.
They're like display cases, by the way. Those are beautiful. Okay, so we're getting and then Cal had nunchucks. Okay.
Damn right, I got none. And I know how to use them. I know how to use them.
That's the least surprising. Cal, I'm less surprised that you know how to use your nunchucks than I am that you went and had them within a good 15 feet of being able
You damn right I do, because you never know. I own my own home, Steve. I don't know what's going to go down.
You're damn right.
Somebody comes in here, I got the nunchucks and arm reach. That's not the only thing I got in arm's reach. If you want to come into mine.
Well, we want to keep everything here nice and tame. But no, you got to protect your land, your place.
Yeah,
do your thing. Well, fellas, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the nonsense. We had a lot of fun. I hope to see you all or hear from you all on Thursday if you're around, if you're able. So talk to you soon. Thank you so much. We'll close it out here soon. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Wait a minute, Steve.
Cal's got one more thing because
No. I just want to tell you, Steve. I think you're doing a good job. I think this is a great thing. I think this enriches the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just all rathered around. I think it's a good thing. I think it's going to take off. I think it's doing great. And I appreciate you doing this because it gives us a chance, like when Ken's not doing his thing and all that stuff like that, that we can get on and fuck around and talk and stuff. And
that's
have
what
fun.
it is. No,
it still keeps the spirit alive.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Cal. That means a lot. Really, it does. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's exactly what we're here for.
And you don't even have to do this, Steve. That's the whole point of the thing. No. You don't even have to do this.
No,
and I appreciate that you do it.
I appreciate you being here for 2 hours and 44 minutes because we do this for really long because who wants to turn the lights out on a fun time, right? So that's why we do these. That's why we have fun with these. So thank you, Cal. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you so much.
Well, it makes a boring night like a Monday night or last Saturday, which would not be boring, but it makes a boring night for us who don't really do that much to have something to do. And I think it's really cool.
Anyway, literally what I'm
I'll
here
leave
for.
you alone.
I always appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, Cal. I will talk to you very soon. I am sure, man. Take care.
Oh, and Steve, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. You're too kind. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. You guys are all awesome. Thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in. Yes, we went over, man, it's 12:16. We went over time way more than I was expecting, but we had a good time. That's what we're all about here. I don't want to turn, like I said, I don't want to turn the lights out on a good party. I don't want to turn the lights on a good time. The Backstage is a place for us to hang out and kind of fine tune some fun ideas so that when we've got the big show with Ken, we can have fun and have a good time and try some of these games or things like that. We'll get the game show going here. Between the wheel and some of the Pictionary stuff that we're testing here, I think we'll have a good time with it. So looking forward to that. Thank you everybody for sticking around. Thank you if you're watching later on. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the Backstage channel. Subscribe to Ken's channel over on YouTube and Patreon and all that good stuff. Get in the Discord so you can hang out with us. It is always a good time. So appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave you guys out here with a quick shot of the Shady Dog. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you on Thursday on the Blathering, assuming Ken has a show. And then keep an eye on the Discord. Keep an eye on Blue Sky and all the channels for when we might do our next stream, because we don't really have a schedule here. We might go live like whenever. You might just see this channel live and I'm like playing Magic or FIFA or some shit. So who knows? So thank you so much. Take care. Have a good night.